What up, DJ CK? Great to see you. Mary pulled up on X as well. What up, Bitcoin? Wavy Mouse. Okay, there we go. So let me see if the reload will fix it all for me. Okay, there we go. The stream is back for me.
Okay, so do we need to do a hard reload?
No, /reload, which should work, or at least for me it did. Stream is back.
Oh yeah, that worked.
Do a /reload. I'm like typing the word slash. Right, and yes, Yolanta's just confirmed that it's back after reloading. There we go. Yep. It was me. It was me. Oh God, I'm stuck in a rock.
I can claim no responsibility for that.
No, I'm definitely gonna be summoned to HR later.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, now that we're back. Let's see. Any exciting events coming up in the next week? When is the next all hands? Like, I don't.
I think it's next month. I think it's coming up soon, but I think it's a few weeks out because they did one right before Christmas. Yeah, I think that we are I'm waiting to hear like the foundation kind of manifesto for the year. I believe that was said, like, they usually announce kind of the roadmap, and I don't think they have, so I'm looking forward to that. Like, I'm not saying like, where is it, but I think that that's something that usually we get this time of year and would be super cool and helpful to have that, just so we kind of know where we're headed this year. Like, it's good to know, if people are planning for, like, let's do something for Art Week, it's good to know, like, okay, that's gonna roughly fall in September again, or Fashion Week. Like, I mean, really, honestly, right now you could be starting your fashion, because some of those things take a long time, especially if you're gonna go hire somebody to make it for you. So I think that would be a really good thing to have, just the yearly recap of what's coming.
Yep. I wonder, now that you've mentioned the manifesto, it gets me kind of thinking, like, I wonder, like, do they feel like they've accomplished their manifesto from last year?
Yeah, I mean, I think that they talked about in the 2025 recap.
Yep. I wonder,
which maybe would give information,
so
but
it gets me kind of thinking, like,
I don't know.
I wonder,
I don't know that they, that there's not consequences if they don't hit those targets.
Like they've
I don't think
accomplished their manifesto from last year.
That's definitely not.
Yeah, I mean, I think,
but it's like kind of fun
talked
to
about in the
kind of like be able to look back. It's like, hey, in our manifesto we said we would do this, and this last year, this next year, and in the last year we had accomplished this,
that there's not consequences.
I
think that's in those targets. I think that's in the 2025 roundup, recap, whatever it was called. I think they did do a good job of
but it's like kind of fun. Go look at it, and I guess I kind of like be able to look back. It's like, hey,
I want to say that it is in Kim's,
this, and this is
Kim's
last year,
tweet, but I could be wrong. Let me see. It's either
and
her or
last year
Beck.
we had
Yeah,
accomplished this,
here, I'll
like,
repost it here. I think that's in those targets. I think that's in the 2025 roundup. Here you go. Recap, whatever it was called. I think they did do a good job of
Yeah,
explaining.
Yeah, but it's like kind of
Yeah,
go
so I
look
mean, I
at
think
it, and I
that's
guess I kind of like
that's
give
good to
that
see.
line back. It's like, hey,
I
says
I mean, what about
here,
like the
and
community?
this
Like,
is this, and this
should
is
we the
last
people,
year, and this next year,
whoever
and
we are,
it's
and
either
then
her
should
last year
we,
we had
yeah,
this,
do
this, and
a
this.
2026
here.
manifesto?
Yeah,
Like, what do we want to be?
LFG.
What do we want to be talking about at the end of the year that we did really cool? A good job of explaining.
Yeah, but
I feel like we do
Yeah,
it every
so I mean, I
day.
think
and I
that's
guess I kind of like give
I know
that
we
line back. It's
do.
like, hey,
I
says
want,
here,
but could we do
and
more
this is
if
last
we
year,
moved
and
with
Whoever we are,
intention
it's either her or Becky.
and organized?
this,
Do a
and
2026
here.
manifesto? Like, what do we want to be? What do
LFG.
we want to be talking
Like,
about at the
it
end of the
would be
year that we
cool to
did
like
really
have
cool?
like
A good
be
job of
able to have these
I
ongoing
feel
like
like we do
monthly
yeah.
it every
So I
events.
mean, I
day.
think
And I
that's
guess I kind of like give
I know
Kind
that
we
of like
do. I
how
want,
the
but
Winterfest
could we do
thing
more
is. Like, it
if
would be
we
cool if
moved with
somehow like we
intention
could
and
build up to
organized?
something like that.
Real quick, Sin, Jay and
We've
Whaley said audio sounds like I'm hearing
like
twice. One is
you
the
know, it
end of the
would be
year that we
cool to
did
like
really
have
cool.
like
A good
be
job of
able to have these
I
ongoing like
feel like we do
monthly
yeah.
it every
So I
events.
mean, I
day.
think
And I
that's
guess I kind of like give
I know
that
Kind
we
of like
do.
did
I
my
want,
audio
but
turn on? Is
could we
this
do
thing
more
ringing? Like, it
if
would be
we
cool if
moved with
somehow like we
intention
could
and
build up to
organized?
something like that.
that. Oh, I found the quote. Thank you. Uh, yeah, I had opened up the stream that was happening. I was just trying to make sure it worked, and of course, where's audio problem? Thank you, thank you. All right, should be fixed now.
Well, I'm eating a little bit of Roots chocolate right now. I just found it just hiding because I had to hide it. So at this moment brought to you by Roots chocolate. Make sure you buy some Roots chocolate.
You know, at
Okay.
this point, he needs to like make his own, like just like make the brand Roots Chocolate.
I know. Well, I think it's a pretty good. I think he's got a good situation. Like he just grows it, and somebody else does all the work.
Yep.
But I'm surviving on it.
Whenever I order, I like to leave a good note, like a nice little note, like I'm here because my good friend, Garden Gully or whatever, like grew these beans or whatever. Like I'm here because you have a good network, great network. Um, but I'm kind of happy to hear that that the kids didn't eat all the chocolate after discovering your stash.
No, but they know where it is, so they come in and they give me a hug and tell me they love me, and I'm like, oh man, I've raised such good children. And then they look to the stash, and I'm like, oh, you're just here for the chocolate, okay? Like, here you go. But I mean, I think I am, but I think it's they're here for the chocolate.
No, but mom's pretty great too. Like, mom gives them the chocolate.
Where's my chocolate? Okay, so on the idea of a yearly calendar for the community, because like let's just put more work on ourselves. Like the idea with this Winterfest is that we make this, and then every year we just like bring it back. So we do the hard work once, and then we can build on it and improve it. But we kind of have things like that throughout the year, like, but I always say, like, if we all took one holiday and did an event or a build around that, like, we'd have the year filled up. Like, Old Guy did New Year's Eve, made an awesome New Year's Eve scene. Everybody, or not everybody, but a bunch of people are making stuff for Winterfest, which is in February. But like next year, maybe it's in January. I don't know. I've got like the Mardi Gras scene for like usually March. That's when that is. One Exist did the Easter egg hunt, so we could, everybody could bring all those scenes back in, kind of, clean up the code if it's changed or anything in the last year. And then like we have a ton for Halloween because of the hackathon. So yeah, I don't know. Like it'd be cool if we just kind of had I don't know, like a real loose calendar for the year of things we want to do. If we like CBD birthday in May, beyond the NFT birthday in February. Is that 4 years you're gonna celebrate with us?
March, I believe. Yeah,
I thought it was
4 years.
February 28th.
Mm, could be. It is, but usually like it's fallen in March. Yeah, so but you're right. Like because like usually like the next Monday usually happens to be in March. But let's see this year. The 28th is on a Saturday, so we would celebrate on the 2nd, March 2nd.
Okay, well, 4 years in the NFT space is like 40 years. So just letting you know now, you should do something for it.
I've aged, that's for sure. Yes. uh, it's been an honor and a pleasure to be here for the last 40 Decentra years. Kind of like what if I know like Decentraland goes on its own like day to night cycle. Like it'd be pretty cool if like one day they just start counting the times the sun has like set and risen and set, like how many days have gone by.
Oh my gosh. Do you remember when the chat was like putting the year stamp on all of our messages and it was like 1894? Some were like counting forward, some were counting backwards. It was like we did it, guys. We invented time travel.
Yeah, I think it'd be a fun element to throw in. Uh Kind of like makes me, even though like this would be more advanced, makes me think about like in games like Skyrim and stuff like that. They have like its own calendars and months and weeks, and they're like the fifth moon of Umbria or something like that. The Central Land maybe could go
There
by
you
its own
go.
like yes.
I think we need more like fantasy role play, like we need to nerd out way more than we do. Like we're all stiff and like, oh, we're into non-fungible tokens and like blah blah blah, but like we need some fantasy shit. Like we need, I don't know, like some games were going that route and then they just never got created, or like they're gone, or I don't know, people are building them. But like we need to bring in the mega nerds. And I mean that with the utmost respect.
Yes, indeed. I mean, Knights of Antrim was kind of like a good start, I believe. And I've seen Matt around. I know Matt popped into the Meta Beast roaming party yesterday, or at least I was seeing his account looking in from the outside.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if he was not allowed in or something. But yeah, that's what I mean. Like those kind of, I don't know, more World of Warcraft. Like if you know, just looking at like could we tap into people that are already like immersed in that world, just because there's so much you can do with building your own scenes here, building your own land. Like, it'd be cool. Branch out a little bit more than we have. Like I always thought that this would be like that, like more fantasy, like and it's just very grounded in reality, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I guess until like some capabilities open up for like being able to do stuff for your avatar, like I imagine like if you could create a scene or an experience where your avatar doesn't walk but it hovers or floats around. It could be a pixie, fly around everywhere it goes and or everywhere you want, uh in whatever plane, or yeah, that'd be cool. Maybe one day, who knows? Like we just got head turning. Like I feel like this head turning is a step in the right direction. And I know Dr. Drip definitely thinks head turning is a step in the right direction.
It's a real head turner.
Yep. uh but let's see. What time is it? Oh, it's only been like a hour 45 today. So far, so good. I've been uh I've been tracking the price of silver lately. Been seeing a lot of favorable things on it. It's we live in such a weird time. It's like an overflow of like, you know, like this is gonna giga pump. This other thing is gonna giga pump. Uh and like I don't know. It just seems like drastic changes that are happening in the world. Like silver prices, of course, just blowing up. A lot of people are speculating that that could be because of JP Morgan, which is one of the biggest holds one of the biggest shorts on the silver market. Um, is about to get liquidated because it keeps going up. So if that happens, or even if they cover, it's going to still increase the price of silver. And then on the other hand, it's like the world's money is going digital. Um, like whether people want it to happen or not, it's really does seem like efforts are being made or like steps are being taken to make our money digital. Um, Banks are now recommending that people at least have like 3 to 5% of their net worth invested in Bitcoin or digital assets. Um, and I mean, that sounds like a bull flag. I think, like, if this crypto law passes, well, I guess it's not. I don't think. I've seen Kevin O'Leary talk about how if this crypto bill passes in the U.S., there's going to be like trillions of dollars like lined up to be uh, invested into Bitcoin or digital assets.
You know, I've been waiting for that since 2018 when they're like, if we just get this ETF passed, if we just get the institutional money to flow, it's like,
I mean, well, it's happened. Like in 2018, we were hearing
yeah.
that we were looking at at the peak $18,000 Bitcoin, and now we're at what 90 something K, maybe 80 something. Like it's happened.
I forgot. There's one little detail. I have to take profits at the top, and then like, okay, we need the institutional money, and I need to take profits instead of buying more cool wearables. So it's more of a me issue than a institutional issue. But like, dear God, I have learned my lesson, and I repent. Please, Lord Jesus, give me one more chance. I promise I won't buy wearables this time.
Yeah, yes. Give us a land, the gigapump. Uh, uh, I mean, yeah, don't get me started. My poison or my thing has been land buying lately. I'm just like, oh, this looks like a good land. Oh, look, my friend would be my neighbor if I were to buy this. So yes,
Yo, Sinful, what do you think? Silver $500 or what?
yeah, I mean, pretty close. Like
Bro,
it
exactly.
okay, so if like the stuff that I like I it started with a video that I saw of like this guy, like one of his friends may have been an executive, or someone within his network was an executive, saying about how JP Morgan received the memo, like all executives received the memo on January 6th about their silver position. Of course, like it's like could be rumor, could be fake, but at the same time, it's like always a good idea to hold physical assets because you never know. Like,
Hell yeah, dude.
like the thing is, like a lot of us are priced out of gold right now. Like owning a ounce of gold, you need a what, like almost $5,000.
Yeah, gold's crazy. Gold's crazy, but silver's going crazy too right now. Anybody that actually like
fundamentally believed in silver is winning right now. It is actually so good. But you know what's even what got me even more excited? Yeah, Kanessa, you're gonna love this, dude. So you guys might know, like you guys might see it on your timeline too. But everybody's pivoting back to the metaverse. Have you guys noticed this?
I mean, I think like passively, like without them calling it the metaverse, like there's definitely a lot more activity on like, hey, this is my avatar on other side, this is my avatar here. But keep going. I would love to hear
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
what you've
yeah, yeah,
seen.
yeah. Yeah, you're gonna love this then. So the other side stuff, like that's kind of a little bit more recent. But I just started noticing a lot of like actual devs kind of like building, and what got me even more excited was the fact that these guys are just like screaming, shouting, and they're just like, bro, I wish if there was Decentraland. And it was so funny because they genuinely don't know Decentraland existed, and I was like, wow, dude, you guys are crazy, bro. So it's just to check this, this is what they're doing. Because like obviously other sides doing their thing, right? That's maybe you guys have seen this. But what the other guys are doing is essentially they went to Minecraft, and they're like, how do we get crypto to work in Minecraft, right? So that's what they're doing, and I'm just like, bro, why are you doing that? Like, just come to Decentraland, right? Like, what are you doing? It's the same thing, except it's already like sick. And they're just like, whoa, I didn't know this. I'm just like, bro, you guys are cooked.
That's insane. I
I
mean,
know.
what? Like I'm a major Minecraft fan, and I may have spent like 30 days in Minecraft last year. And I'm not talking about like 8-hour working days. I'm talking like I was grinding deep slate and selling it on the hot market because I was trying to buy an Elytra for 600 mil. And I did. And dude, I went back last week to check all my bases. Some effing 10-year-olds found them all and destroyed everything and took everything. Like I had screamer horns that were worth 9 mil, but not my elytra because I put it in an end chest, so it's safe. But that's awesome. But wow, like I don't know if Mojang Nintendo will ever allow crypto unless they have full control over it.
I don't know what they're doing. They found a way. Because they're doing it already. So they're like launching tokens inside of Minecraft. They've been doing this for like a couple months. But now they're going a little bit harder, and that's why it kind of came on my radar again. Because before I was just like, bro, you guys are, you know, like just come to Decentraland. I was just saying before too, but these guys weren't paying attention even before. So I kind of pressed on it a little bit more this time. I'm just like, bro, are you guys okay? Like, you guys are actually like, going in this heavy. Like, are you sure you don't want to just like put this effort in Decentraland? And there's like, what do you mean? Decentraland is like, just green ground. I'm like, have you been in there? And they genuinely had not. And I think that's as soon as I did tell them, I'm like, bro, just go in there. It looks sick, and they were like open to it. I was just like, yeah, dude. Like I thought that was cool. I thought that was so bullish too because inherently what it told me was like the market's basically asking for metaverse. They're begging for the metaverse again. That's what they're doing. So bullish Sinful for buying land because Sinful, you're gonna need every single parcel to every single one.
Green Silver, the interesting thing about that might be like I'm just thinking like the side market for buying and selling, because like not to go too deep, but like if anybody plays Steal a Brain Rot, you can sell your brain rots that you've stolen for like real money, or like real Robux that can be converted to real money, but it's like side apps, and so like and yeah, like if you're in a Minecraft public server, if you wanted to buy something rare like the Elytra, you could probably do it like third party on the side. But I that would be like somewhat like trustlet, like it wouldn't be like a blockchain transaction unless they found a way to do that, which would be crazy. Like that's the only way I could see it being like profitable. Like you're basically getting these assets, selling them to like little nuggets that don't little kids that don't realize what they've got. I don't know, but like, yeah.
Essentially, what these guys were telling me was because I didn't go in there myself, right? So I don't want to misinform. Um, but essentially, they found a way to deploy smart contracts inside of Minecraft, and they were using Base to do it. And I was like, you know, like we have tokens in Decentraland. We've had them for a long time. If that's what they were looking for, I was like, we already had them. They didn't even think of that. They thought that the only token that you could have that you could interact with in Decentraland was mana. They thought that was new information also. I thought that was crazy. But yeah, I had a question. So because you guys know me, right? I'm like in and out always. Is there a way to actually have base tokens like in Decentraland? It's possible, right?
No, like we've talked about that a lot, like opening up wearables to different token, like, yeah, like it would be so cool. You can't, I mean, I'm sure we have like coders that are smart enough to make some kind of like third party app. I feel like personally that will never be pushed through Foundation, because any alternative form, like if you're going to buy it on base, then there's no pressure to buy mana, which would bring the price of mana down if people don't need it to make purchases. So as much as like we talk about like, oh, let's put this on different chains, I think that it would hurt mana, which whatever people believe, if it hurts the ecosystem or not, like investors that don't know the project, they just look at the price of mana and it's like, okay, up, down, like they're not interested in, hey, but we're building something cool. They're just looking at the price. Not all.
I might have worded it wrong, perhaps. Like what I meant was like like just having like other tokens, like how you can still buy tokens on in Decentraland, right? On mainnet.
Yeah, are you talking like ETH mana versus Polygon mana?
No, I'm not even talking about mana. I'm talking just tokens, like other crypto coins.
Okay, now are you talking about buying them inside Decentraland, like on somebody's scene, or
just interacting with these tokens, like how you could interact with like ice, when we had the like DG going on with ice poker, like you could interact with ice, right? Ice was on like it was on Polygon. We could have tokens that were on mainnet too. I'm not sure about base, because I remember Polygon and mainnet was supported.
Yeah, well, I certainly don't want to interact with ice in any shape, way, or form, any now or ever in the future. But I think that was all done through the Decentral Games, website. So it was not done like through Decentraland. You couldn't buy or sell wearables with ice through the Decentraland, page. It was all done on the Decentral Games browser. Unless I'm incorrect, but I'm just thinking like to mint the wearables, it all had to be done there. Any kind of like if you bought the third, like the sorry, I'm gonna start crying. If you were like stupid and you bought the umbrella for like 1,000 ice, it was all done through the Decentral Games page. Which I always thought like they could have taken that token. It could have been like a third party. I don't know, like why didn't Roomway use like the ice token for theirs, and then like Wondermind could have used it for theirs. Like if there was one token that everybody was using, there would have been more utility. So it would have been cool if there were more utility coins inside Decentraland that like everybody was, like Wilderness was making their Wilder coin and Ice made their little coin, and I don't know who else had a coin, but it would have been maybe more useful long term if people would have had different ones, but I don't know. I try to block those memories out.
Like, that's not a problem. That's not a problem. Like, the website thing is if anything, that's a pretty good solution, if you think about it. But just a question, a side note, because maybe, like, my understanding could be faulty too, dude. Can you interact with any other token besides mana in Decentraland? Like not like buying wearables or stuff like that, but like if somebody had like a custom scene on their land, could they basically integrate like whatever crypto they wanted on their land?
Yeah, I mean, I think people could definitely like that, because if I remember correctly, and other people knew the Wilderness game much better than I did, but you could get the Wilder coins and then like use those to buy people wine on the parcel and like have fireworks shoot up into the air. I believe so. Yeah, like I think you're right. The builder could do that, and you'd somehow interact with that. Um, yeah, but there's probably people here that have like way more knowledge than I do. That's kind of the extent
No,
of
no,
it.
that's fine. Like I'm also just trying to figure out, right? So like, I'm not gonna quote you, dude. Don't worry. But so that was basically my thing. It's like I'm trying to figure out basically if we could use base tokens. Like, if not, I'm pretty sure like Ethereum and Polygon should be supported. Um, I don't know about base. If base is supported, that'd be so awesome. I wonder. Maybe our jobs. Maybe he knows.
Yeah, I mean, I think since it's on the base chain, it might be a little bit different. I know, the OP badges, like those, we have to choose either ape chain or base chain. But still, none of that is run through like any of the Decentraland or like the mana blockchain or anything. That's all just done like outside of the Decentraland ecosystem.
That's still fine. Like, even if it's mainnet, even if mainnet's allowed, that would still be super awesome. I was just trying to figure out, because I know you could do that. You could do that before, so it wouldn't make sense if you can't do that now. But I need, like, even NFTs, right? Like base NFTs, you couldn't really put on your land, but the mainnet ones you can. You know. Um, but yeah, dude. I would love to know. I would actually love to know the answer. It'd be pretty useful.
Yeah, I think so. And um, yeah, I'm just thinking in my head like how that would be if you were like going to display your base NFTs on your parcel, because I think it used to be, I haven't played around with it, but it used to be pretty easy to put your, ETH blockchain NFTs on your parcel. Actually, that was like probably the first thing most of us did because you couldn't do anything else. But you could put a picture frame up and you'd be like, it just linked right to your account. So it was like, which is probably why there were so many art galleries back in like 2019, 2020, like just people putting that stuff on their walls. And now it's so much more complicated. So I don't know. Good question. And like maybe I don't totally understand when people keep suggesting like that we use like a Solana sign in or like Cardano, like ADA sign in. People have written different DAO proposals before to, to force that, and really that's like a foundation feature that they would have to build, not the DAO. But yeah, like anything that isn't mana, it like takes us away from mana, and I'm like, oh, like
Yeah. That's not what I meant. That, like, like, I'm not saying like Decentraland should change anything like about itself. I was basically just curious. It's like, if let's say I'm to make a game, right, and I want to use like a specific token, and this token just happens to be on base. Can I use that token in my game in Decentraland? That's all. Like, I'm not trying to like like make just fundamentally change the, like, the currency. just like on like certain like the plot that the person would own, right? You know.
I think you totally can do that. Like I think absolutely, but I think it's just like, you know, the right person would have to code it. I'm trying to think of other coins that people have used, because like the Wilder, the Ice, I don't know what other coins have we seen here.
I mean, when I think of like kind of coins, I think of like how DG heads, at least not for us Americans, but for everyone else, like it, you could choose the currency that you're gambling in world. So there was like DAI and ETH and USDT. Maybe slightly off topic.
No, that's those are good examples, bro. Those are like essentially different currencies in Decentraland, right? So they work. But so we got Toxic Waifu. Maybe Toxic Waifu knows more. What's up, Toxic Waifu?
Hi, Green Zipper. Sorry, I just raised.
Hello.
Hello, Canessa. Hi, Sinful. Hope everyone is doing good here. I just wanted to announce something. I can't help with the current topic, so I'm sorry, and we'll just listen until we find someone that has the answer.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, go for it. Glad to have you up, Toxic.
Thank you. I just wanted to jump really quick in because, friends, this is no fun at all. I hurt my freaking back, and it's super hard for me to sit on my PC right now. So I'm just want to go back to the couch. But I wanted to share something with you because next Tuesday we have a very special Toxic Tuesday edition. You know, usually next week we would have WTF, but we switched up the weeks because we are doing some content for Foundation and for Regenesis Labs to use in press releases. So if you would like to get featured with your avatar, with posing, whatever, please make sure to be there. Toxic Tuesday, 10:30 p.m. UTC. We are meeting at Genesis Plaza, and we'll have a small giveaway with marketplace credits. So I'm very hyped for this, and I heard some Foundation peeps are going to join us in World to pose with us, so I think this is going to be much fun. And yeah, just wanted to invite everyone very warmly, and now I will get to my back pain and listen to you from the couch, and have a nice Saturday, friends.
Oh, Toxic, I hope you feel better. Make sure you use your anti-inflammatories, your painkillers. Hit it hard. Don't let that pain cycle take you out. Back pain is the worst. So we're sending you all the good thoughts and the good painkillers. No, I wish. Sorry.
Yes, I'm sending you all the high thoughts. Yeah. My version of my version of take a lot of painkillers is smoke a lot of weed. Be happy.
Yes, but we need those muscles relaxed, because the muscles, as they tense, they cause more inflammation, and the inflammation causes more pain, which causes your muscles to be more tense, which causes more inflammation, which causes more pain. So you have to hit the pain cycle. Hit it hard. Don't miss any painkiller. Take it every 4 or 6 hours. Stay hydrated. Just it's the worst. Literally the worst.
My sweet summer child, you just gotta take like a big old dab and then like completely cough your brains out, like to the point where like your body just becomes like one big hyper ball of tension. And then after you're done dying and crying, your body just flattens out completely, like
that is causing me so much pain. I herniated my L4 vertebrae when I was 16 coughing, and so coughing is like my Achilles heel. Like if I cough, it activates that exact spot, and I've done.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I've done the try to like use something that creates smoke to create nice feelings, and after I was done coughing, it was like never again, because it's just like that's like exactly where the pain is. So I don't know. There's other ways to get that feeling, but sorry, toxic. Acupuncture.
To me, oh my god, be some like intense coughing to like fucking
Yeah.
slip a
Yeah,
disc. Oh my
it
lord.
was. I like felt it pop, and I'm like, oh, that's nice. Then I went to school, and like 2 hours later, like, yeah, I was like out. So yay for chronic pain.
Yay for chronic pain. One for chronic pain. Let's see. I'm looking around the room. What up, old guy? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Hello, I'm Thanos. Thank you so much for popping in today. These are our weekly community building events. We just come together, talk Decentraland, talk current events, and hang out with our friends in world as well. I am streaming to X if you want to take a look at the crowd that we got going here today. Here, I mean, currently at La Cantina, we have 28 people, 28 friends that have joined us today. So today's been an awesome day, Canessa.
It has. And then don't forget, everybody, if you have collected all 10 OP badges for the last 10 weeks, send me a screenshot of your OP badges, and you get the early release of the skis that Chrono T made. So we would love to reward you. If you don't worry, you're still gonna get this. I'd say make sure I don't know, what day is it in the month? Actually, I'll look at my calendar that happens to be a Minecraft calendar. I'm such a nerd. So I guess like next week probably is the last week of the month. So you're if you got those OP badges, you got them a week early. If you don't, I'd say just show up next week, if you know what I mean.
Is there gonna be like a reset to the board next week, or are you gonna add like another stack of 10 on top or under?
Yeah, I could just like, yeah, it could be like Girl Scout badges. We just stack that shit up there and we show them up. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I ended up finding the answer, I think. So Ethereum and Polygon tokens work. Like you can use any like Polygon or Ethereum token in there. And for base token, essentially what because I'm using Grok's so smart. It's saying basically the base token you can use like a Polygon bridge. And you just bridge the base token to Polygon, and then just use the Polygon token to bring that in Decentraland. So even the base tokens will work, but you just have to create a bridge on Polygon first, because basically Decentraland wants to use Ethereum native and Polygon tokens without like fundamentally changing anything that's actually going in Decentraland as of right now, right? Like, anyone can do this.
That's so cool. It would be neat to have like different options out there, because if you buy stuff on base, you're just like, what do you mean it's so cheap? I can buy 20 of these, and then I buy 20. So like the cost is incredible, especially with the freaking fees that Polygon has had lately. Like, it's been unreal. Like, I don't know why it's so high. Do you guys know?
Honestly, no. I haven't interacted. Actually, yeah, I probably do know, but it's Polymarket most likely. But I haven't interacted with Polygon in a very long time. Honestly, I was looking to buy Polygon, because Polygon is actually a very, very undervalued gem, honestly. Yeah, Polygon ran so hard last cycle, it was insane. I was surprised it was even able to hold these levels. I would have honestly thought that it would have just been gone to dust. It didn't, and it actually continued to showcase technologies being built on it. Even like Polymarket's huge to a point where like the Prince of Dubai is like talking about it like all the time, right? Even Trump. Yeah, so but that's bullish. Like like the fact that even base tokens, because basically the whole thing for me, is like actually like getting builders to come into Decentraland, right? For me is like Decentraland's the venue where they can like showcase whatever they're building, wherever they're building instead, right? These guys are like all over the crypto sphere on different blockchains, right? So it's like if they're able to bring their projects, right? Like even let's say base, that's like one more builder in the Central End, because they would have been building somewhere else. They were looking like, I mean, I'm telling you, these guys are trying to go to Minecraft, you know, like why go to Minecraft when you can just go to Decentraland, because like basically their whole thesis was identical, right? They did not like the whole centralized thing, right? They're like, oh, I want to go have fun with my friends. I want like, I want to do raids together and stuff like that. I'm like, bro, just come to Decentraland. I don't know why you guys are making it so hard, but yeah.
I think that narrative too, though, like that is there was so much damage done to the reputation of everything crypto, Web3, NFTs. Like I think if you told a gamer that enjoys going to Minecraft or Roblox or Fortnite or anywhere, like you tell them, like if you had a cool experience and you just kept everything kind of under the hood, like, yeah, I have this cool place you could go to, they might love it. But as soon as they hit like the wall of like, oh, a wallet, what do you mean a wallet? Or like, here, I can send you this cool wearable, it's a, non-fungible token. And like, I think there's just so much bad juju out there. Like, um there was a kid I was talking to this Christmas that's like a ninth grader, and we were having such a good conversation about AI and stuff. And then I like of course I mentioned like Web3 crypto, and he was like, "Oh, my parents would never let me do that for the environmental concerns." I'm like, "Oh, okay, here we go." Like, yep, not everything is proof of work. Some are proof of stake. Like, yep, like but so like rewriting that narrative is should be our number one like task right now, I think.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I'm just I'm trying to see. Like I was actually generally just trying to see like what the rebuttal was going to be, right? For me, like what got me, like, but like I just found the answer right now that you can, was basically if you can bring base tokens in here, which you can. I knew Ethereum tokens you could bring, so I wasn't worried about those. Um, but I was confused about the base. But even the base you can bring. So that's actually so bullish if you actually think about it, because I don't know how many base projects have actually entered Decentraland. I can't think of one. And that's crazy. Because essentially like base has had so many artists like, creating art on there, right? Like why are they not coming and showcasing all that art in Decentraland? It's crazy. And I think it's because basically they might not have asked the same question I just did, because it took me so long to ask it myself, right? Um, but yeah, you can. Grok said that essentially you just have to bridge it to Polygon, and then you can bring the Polygon token in. So that's crazy, dude.
That would be so cool because I mean, I would buy art, like if I was buying cool NFT art, and if I had a choice to buy it on like Mana or, Polygon or ETH, like I would definitely rather buy it on Mana. Just to support the platform. So it'd be cool. I always thought it'd be cool if there was like a art, almost like OpenSea, but on Decentraland. Like why aren't we minting more stuff on Mana? Like, and maybe there'd be like two of us that would support that, but the rest of the
No,
world
I
would be like,
think.
no, thank you.
But I think a lot of people would. I think a lot of people would, and I think I would support that too. I think there should be like so many like ways that mana gets like sucked up, right? So in my opinion, like I do think that like even the builders that are coming in the Central End, I would be very happy if they were, selling their art in mana, because in my opinion, I think that's bullish. But so like, I just wanted them to have an option, like if they were to create like a game or something, right? That they could use their currency as well, in their game, right? And yeah, that, and you can, because like, they want to use their currency too, right? Like obviously mana is like the general currency for everything. But they can have their own currency on their parcels too for their game, that they can have, you know they can even have like a website that they can, go to, like Ice Poker did, or anyone. But I like that, like, because in my opinion, what I think it'll do is, it'll not only get like these builders in here, um because, and it'll bring content, but it'll actually showcase, to them, the tech that's actually here. In my opinion, like, Decentraland is actually really, really bullish, because it solves a fundamental problem of like reducing work for like even like 3D developers. Like, if you're actually gonna go like animate stuff, dude, in Blender, you're gonna sit there forever. Like, think about how much video content you guys are able to like get out of Decentraland. Like, think about it. Imagine if you actually had to like go, animate every single scene. You'd be sitting there for like 5 eternities, and maybe it like, takes like 2 more to render it all. You're right. But think about it. Like, with Decentraland, you're able to do it so quickly, and like, the majority of crypto Twitter has not even been able to like experience 3D art like this, right? They've been stuck on 2D, because the barrier of entry for them was just that much, because they didn't even know about Decentraland, right? So, but I think I just thought that was bullish. That the fact that there's actually a bridge from, even for base projects to enter Decentraland. I haven't seen even a single one, dude. So I was like, yo, dude, this needs some attention.
Yeah, and maybe it's just like we're all, everybody in the space is growing and learning more about like just how to do stuff, and they've got their different projects, and you think about 5 years ago, in 2021, like we all were, we just didn't know what we know now, and I think with a little push or a little momentum, you're already seeing it. People are coming together and building cool stuff. But if there was any kind of crypto boost, like a bull run, it wouldn't even have to be like a serious bull run. It could just be like some kind of forward momentum. I think you'd see a lot more of this kind of development. And AI, I think, is just going to, it's just going to keep moving that compass faster than we can keep up, like literally.
Bro, I'm telling you, like, every day I'm getting more and more bullish on Decentraland. I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's actually crazy. How the stars are aligning. It's not even funny. Like, my timeline right now, everybody's talking about like these guys are trying to go to like Roblox and stuff, dude. Like how are they gonna do anything, in Roblox? You know what they're saying? They're saying basically, we're gonna go, make skins, and we're gonna go market to people in Roblox by like showing up. Like, what do you mean? You could do that in Decentraland.
Yeah,
And
I think
own the skins.
it's
Sorry, go on.
interesting because I know we've had like some really good builders here go to Roblox, and no shade, like everybody should, people should go where they want to be, and it's like, I try to be open-minded about like, hey, if it's Decentraland now and you want to go to Roblox, go for it. But like, I know some friends that have gone there that just didn't. I don't know if they didn't see the return on the investment that they wanted, but they stopped building. So I just like, trust me, there's a lot of Roblox bought in my house. Like, I am on there almost daily to go get somebody's brain rot and bring it to my base so that it's safe. But it's just a different clientele, and I think it always will be. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but you see how, you're doing it for fun. right? Like, so I'm with that. I'm 100% with that. Like, do whatever you think is fun. But these guys are thinking that basically that they're gonna solve the problem like that. They're saying basically we're going to onboard these guys to crypto, and it's like this is going to work, and and is through Roblox, or it's gonna be through Minecraft, or it's gonna, like, I don't, like, I haven't heard anybody say other side. I think other side, they're just saying that they're just having fun. Other side's just having fun. But Minecraft and Roblox, these guys are, that's what they're trying to do. They're basically like trying to launch like narratives, and they're trying to do it by launching tokens in either metaverse. And I'm just like, you guys are crazy, because like there's actually like solid foundational metaverse projects that have been existing here, and Decentraland actually allows you majority of this functionality, and the world looks so good, and you have a mobile app, and they had no idea about any of it. They genuinely had no idea about it, bro. Like, they were literally going off of that, oh, Decentraland's so janky. And I mean, I'm not saying that Decentraland does not have its janky moments, but the level of janky they were talking about was not Decentraland. Like, I took offense to that. Like, you know, like, Decentraland's friggin' amazing. These guys actually don't know what they're talking about. Because they genuinely have not stepped in Decentraland, like, ever. The only time that they have even, like, heard about what it's like in Decentraland is through, like, the opinions of fudders. So the moment that they actually do step into Decentraland, I think their opinion will be very aligned. Because in my opinion, I genuinely don't think they've ever stepped into Decentraland. They're like trying to compare to On Cyber. I'm like, no.
I agree with that statement because, like, for example, recently in on Reddit, I was like seeing a post that someone like posted about like wanting to do a thesis on Decentraland and was looking for people. And then the first comment under was like, I used to have dead Decentraland once, but the AI asset generation experience really turned me off of it. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like, I mean, some builders, like, if they have the program for it, pay for it, or if it exists, they will create some assets with AI. But it's like, it's all like, someone literally taking each one of these pieces and putting them together onto their scene, like. uh, So yeah, I kind of just replied with your AI virtual world concept is very different from what Decentraland really is.
Yeah, yeah. I like, I tried understanding, because, like, after like talking to these guys, I'm just like, Roblox is just weird for me personally. Um, so Minecraft was the closest thing to Decentraland. I'm just like, okay, these guys are at least looking for Decentraland, because that's what they're looking for. They just found Minecraft because nobody told them about Decentraland, right? And they just, like, they just like, they just don't know. They haven't been onboarded. That's um
Well, it's hard to compete with the ability in Minecraft to build. Like I love that place. Like, and I know you guys probably played it, when you were younger, but like, I don't know if you've come back as an adult and come, like, there is discoverability there that when I play it, I'm like, God, I wish Decentraland was like this. Like, you just get in your little boat, you just go across the ocean, you don't know what you're gonna run into. And then if you play like public PvP servers, you don't know who you're gonna run into, and they might kill you and like take all your shit, which is also really exciting. And like, it would be kind of cool if there was an aspect like that in Decentraland where we could have like our our hot wallet. Actually, no, this is bad, but like, you could have like, I don't know, like a backpack slot of like 5 things that if you are killed by another user, those like drop, and the other user can pick them up. Like, can you imagine the fun that we could have out there, like acquiring stuff and like resource like getting resources. Remember Exodus, the JTV was making, that you were supposed to be able to mine a bunch of stuff, and like there's a reason that like Minecraft is the number one most popular like downloaded game in the world ever. Like it there's a reason why it's so captivating. And I think that like we would be wise to look at that and be like, how can we like tap into that and bring it to Decentraland and like and upgrade, like level up, basically like you're leveling up a Pokemon. Like take Minecraft, the idea, and make it, I don't know, make it something different. Like I will never be Minecraft or Fortnite, like the two best games in the world in my opinion, and we should never try to be, because like that's just stupid to try to copy somebody. But like if we could take it and like evolve it to be different, like I don't know, like everybody should just go back and play the games that you grew up loving and find out what it is that like just, I don't know, that you're like, oh, I forgot how fun this was.
You know, Kanessa, because you said that, you know what my brain just said? So, what you're telling me is, because I've never played Minecraft, right? I've only heard about it, right? I'm not like,
Wait, what?
I swear, bro, I like Decentraland,
What?
bro. I like Decentraland. What do you mean?
No,
Ask
you
on
can
this
like
side.
it's not, you're not marrying anybody.
Nah, I'm
You
just
can
saying.
love
I'm
more
just
than
speaking the
one game.
truth, dude. I'm just like, you know, like all my life, right? Like I haven't played Minecraft, dude. I've played Decentraland though. I spent thousands of hours here. So this is my place. But so I think from just hearing what you were just saying, these guys are planning on doing their tokens in their private servers, not in the main server,
Yeah,
right?
that makes sense, because you have
Yeah.
control over the private server.
Yeah,
Like I
that's
pay.
bro. Like that. Now, so that means that like they should go in Decentraland even more, because Grok just told me that you could take base tokens into the main server of Decentraland, right? So if you actually wanted something scalable, you would want it in the main server, right? Like imagine if in Minecraft you could use like whatever currency, like actually like your own crypto or whatever, bro, in the actual main server, right? On your parcel or whatever land you're building on, right? Like then sure, other people could also like be like, oh, what is this, right? But you can't. You're telling me basically you already have to have a community, and then this is basically their hangout spot where they can interact with their token.
Yeah, because if you have a private server, you have different rules like of what can happen there. And like I pay like $5 a month to belong to the Donut SMP private server, which is like PvP. So like violent. Like if somebody finds you, they can kill you and take all your stuff. And that's like the entire point, is to hurt other people. So don't ask me why I'm in there. It's much different than like if you're on Minecraft. Like if you just download the game on, you know, your Xbox, you're more like building, and it's not as violent, and not so like resource driven. So it's probably if there's people that are creating, you know, private servers where they're controlling it, then they can probably get around a lot of what like Nintendo and Mojang Studios has, like like the just the limitations that you can't do in like a public, or like the main Minecraft. So that it would be like basically like Minecraft UGC experience. Same with like Fortnite UGC experiences, where you're not in the battle royale, you're in like, you know, you're in like Cypher PK's private experience, and then they get the money from that. Like that's where the money is in, whether you're in Fortnite, Roblox, Minecraft, the money is in the private servers that like gaming influencers, Twitch streamers set those up. Like I said, I actually pay $10 a month for private Minecraft servers so that my son and I can both be in there looting shit. So it makes sense that is where they're bringing like the crypto aspect, because they have more control over the experience.
But wouldn't it make more sense if they did it in Decentraland, because then it would be open to everyone, right? Like, so eventually when they actually had a lot of people, like, they could actually, like, go around and actually like stay, instead
For
of like just
sure.
coming here for like one event and then just like leaving it to be just a ghost town, because that's what these private servers will be, right? Like when the liquidity comes in and they take it, then the people are just gonna leave, you know but
But
if there was something to for them to actually like stay and build, like what Decentraland has, then they would have actually stayed, and then it would have been a compounding effect, in my opinion. I don't know. I
yeah,
just
I think that that's where like that is why the world's option in Decentraland is so important, because it's like for the first time you could actually make like UGC experiences, like where you make your own world, kind of like it would be basically like the private server. Because if you're doing that in Roblox, you have to, I don't know the numbers, but you have to pay. I remember when our friend Buffalo went there, he was telling us how much money he had to pay in Robux, which he had to buy in real cash, in order to build a private UGC experience. And so in Fortnite, I don't know if that you have to pay to make a UGC experience. In Minecraft, you have to pay for the server. You have to, create that, run the server charge. So I think in each one of these, I mean, it all comes down to money. Like every one of these platforms has a different profile in how to make money, and how Nintendo and Epic Games and Roblox is going to make money from you. So I think that like that part, it definitely comes down to that. And in the past, the reason that Decentraland, if they dabbled, 5 years ago, the floor price at some points was like 10, 15, $17,000 to get a parcel of land, which nobody I don't know, like you'd have to be a pretty special person to make like an entire UGC experience on one parcel that people just can't wait to get back to. And so that is why, like, when DCL Worlds was first introduced, I was against it, because I was like, no, I don't want anything to compromise like land value. Like that is a direct threat. And now I've come to realize like it is the only competitor to these other UGC experiences in these other platforms. Like there's no way that you could say, come over here and build on one parcel of land. Land prices are so cheap right now, you can get a lot of land. And so you have the potential to make some of these experiences much more easily. But I think it's going to come down to Worlds. Worlds is the best competitor to other like UGC experiences. And now Worlds are, if you want to buy a name to get a world, it's like $6 on OpenSea with maybe $2 to $3 in gas fees. So like under $10. Or you can mint your own and get a special name. So long-winded, sorry.
No, you're good. Me personally, like, I love Worlds. That's where I learned how to build. I had my DCL name, and so I built on that, and that's I didn't even have land until like right now. So like, I love Worlds, but basically what these guys were saying was that because we have Worlds, like, this makes sense. Decentraland already has Worlds, but not only that, you could take your token even in the main, like, Genesis City, right? Because you can't do that in Minecraft. You cannot take your project's token in Genesis City of Minecraft, but you can do that in Decentraland, right? Like, obviously, you can have your worlds too, right? Because Decentraland lets you have it all. It's so awesome. But like, you can take your token even into the Genesis City. Sure, you may have like a small little square, right? But at least you still have exposure of your project or whatever you're building on in the main city, right? Because you won't be able to do that in Minecraft, right? Because you will have to resort to a private server to be able to like code your smart contracts or deploy whatever you want.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the benefit of having a parcel in Genesis City is discoverability. And then if that parcel is more like a landing page, kind of like in Fortnite, you get killed, you go back to the lobby. You don't hang out in the lobby for fun. You just go there, and then from there you pick your experience to go to. So it basically would be like a lobby for your experiences. Like if you made, let's say you made more than one cool shit in a world, but your parcel of land in Decentraland, like in the city, is your lobby to get you to your different experiences. And from there you can go to like Mew World, or you can go to Mewcraft, or you can go to Battle Meow or something like. I think that there's a benefit of having both, definitely, because I think that like land will always have a different level of discoverability than worlds. I mean, it used to be a big difference. They're kind of like closing that gap. And then I think it'd be cool to have like a lobby of worlds, like where that name is out there. I gotta ask a friend if he'll sell it, but get the name DCL Worlds. You go to that world, and from there, there's teleports to all the other worlds. So,
I love worlds. Worlds are super bullish. But you know, Decentraland's so awesome that like it has worlds, you know, and it has Genesis City deployment. So like, you know, these guys actually have like nothing. They have no fighting chance, in my opinion. You know, like Decentraland actually is it, you know, because that's what everybody actually wants. These guys are just like being babies, and they're just like, no, let us just try something, you know. But eventually, like everybody will, like, you know, like bend the knee to Decentraland, because the fundamental idea and the ideology is so amazing, you know, that you can actually like build with your friends, like regardless of even if they're here or not. You can like go back to like old memories, you know.
dude,
It's
can we just like can we like clip that audio? Everyone will bend the knee to Decentraland.
Yeah,
Let's
you're hilarious.
let's just take that moment, soak it in. But then you said something also about memories, and I saw a story recently on Instagram about a Minecraft world, that it was like, what if you make a Minecraft world and you build in it, and then you and your children build in it, and you and your grandchildren build in it, and your great grandchildren can come back and look at the things that you built. And I'm like, good gosh, that's like, I mean, I do have that with my kids, actually. Like, them and I built a freaking amazing world that's got like a functional railroad with redstone that goes across the ocean, because I'm that mom. But like, yeah, like when you build with people, and if we can ever get it to like have multi scenes where, actually, that's a game changer. If we could all build on the same world in Decentraland together, that would just amplify all of this. If there was like CBD world and everybody's building cool shit in there, kind of like Hyperfi, where Sin would come in and I put some crazy stuff on his land without his permission.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That'd
Like
be
a
so cool.
collaboration on DCL World.
Yeah, or something like collaborative building, like where we could all be building, you know, the same thing. Like building on the same scene, because right now the way it is, you know, like if I want somebody's help, they I have the land, they send me the GLB, I put it in the land, and it's real clunky. It's not safe. Like I don't, you know, I've had people send me, you know, GLBs to put on land before, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I just like don't do that. It's just my like personal rule that I have for myself, just for security. So like, if we could do it in a way that was safer and more, I mean, that would breed collaboration.
I feel like the Decentraland Creator Hub is like could also be that median where like it's like, okay, we're gonna create a project together, and like there's gonna be me and two other collaborators, and each collaborator from their own PCs can start downloading each asset into the project as a whole, like the project library, and then like each person could use what's in the already creator hub to drag and drop or whatever.
Yeah.
Ideas for the ether.
I think it's a good place to start dropping them into the ether. See what spawns from there.
Bro, my highlight right now is the fact that we can have base tokens in Decentraland. I'm telling you, that's like such an accomplishment right now to me, because I was honestly stumped when I was asked the question. I was like, bruh, am I cooked? But no, Decentraland actually pulled through, like it always does.
Yeah.
Bro, so it's sinful. Like going back to what you were saying, right, bro? I hope you don't feel crazy, dude. Like scooping up all this land. I hope you don't feel crazy. Like you're doing something that like most people are like a little bit fearful. You just have the courage, because you just love it so much. You really, and it's gonna get tough sometimes. But I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you, this land it means a lot to a lot of people. They'll come take it, dude.
If Canessa builds it, they will come.
Yeah, bro, they will build, and Canessa will be like, "Yo, I'll come to your guys' land," and be like, "Yo, what's going on?" You know?
For sure. All right. Well, it looks like we are down to 11 minutes before the next event starts. Um, what do you think, Canessa, about starting to wind down? Want to keep it going? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think we had a great. I mean, personally, I love the conversation we're having. I think I wish I wasn't so much of a gamer. Sometimes I like I don't know. I love the idea that you can make a world that's safe from the physical world, if that makes sense. And it can be whatever you want, and it can be a game or it can be an experience. And I think that like Decentraland has the brand of it that I love personally. I don't know. Like Kim asked this week, like if you weren't building here, what would you be doing? And other than like, well, probably improving my mental and physical health. Like I would be building. In one of the other places that we mentioned today. But like, I don't know. For some reason, this is the place that like this is home. And it's fun to go on vacation, but it's always good to get home.
Wow, your answer was definitely a little more grounded than mine. Mine was it's like the Decentraland saved my life over here. Like the question came basically, and I was like, and my first reaction or my first answer to it was probably drinking.
Oh yeah, I have responded in that way before too. But Decentraland has saved my life, and I like went all deep, and then I figured, okay, let's not get so.
Let's not
deep.
freak her out.
Again, yes, because she already knows. Yeah. So I was like, let's keep
we
it going.
bleed orange. She knows we bleed orange.
Gosh, yes, orange. Red, orange, and yellow. I have the tattoo to prove it. What about you, Sin? Do you have the tattoo yet?
No.
When are you gonna get that?
No, I'm thinking about getting one of them eye tattoos of Decentraland. Just like
you should. How about branded? Who's gonna be the first person to get tattoo or like a Decentraland branded with hot iron on their skin?
Only the most hardcore ones go to Decentraland Ranch to get their
what I have to do?
Brand. First is put up that proposal for 250,000. But we also need to put up maybe 3 of those to afford the ranch. Maybe 4.
Bro, the ranch is a play. I'm surprised, honestly. I'm honestly surprised. Decentraland has not like passed a proposal, or like even like somebody's made a proposal for like Decentraland to acquire like actual land.
They've put some proposals out there.
Really?
There was one about a hotel off the cliffs of California that was going to renovate itself and play Decentraland 24/7. Yeah, did not pass that one.
Yeah, that's smart. That's like that. Yeah. You didn't pass it. Yeah, that's a scam.
Yeah, you think? I think maybe it was. I'm gonna buy land someday when and then I'm gonna build a Minecraft house there, and it's gonna be an Airbnb that you guys can come stay in, and I'm gonna have the battle bus from Fortnite. You can come and stay in that, and then I'll have to figure out like the Decentraland. Like maybe I'll build the cantina there that you can come and stay in, because it's gonna be. This is a long term play. So let's
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
But
Okay, okay.
that would be cool.
So this is not no proposal. This is just we're just having fun, right, guys? Like we're
No,
just
I'm
having
serious about that shit. I'm
No, no, no. I know you're
Okay.
serious. I
All
know
right.
you're
Thank
serious.
you.
But what I'm saying,
Thank you.
we're totally just having fun. Like this is just like just banter. So bro, I was looking. I was like, yo, you know, Decentraland land's pretty cheap, you know. So I'm like, I wonder how cheap real land is, you know, in like this IRL world, right? Um, bro, it's really cheap. I thought it was crazy. I thought it was crazy. How cheap do you guys think land is? Bro, I'm in Canada, right? So we're like the second largest country in the world, and we don't even have that much people. So land's actually really cheap. But like, you guys are from the country too, right? Vanessa, you're from the country, kind of, right? Um, how cheap
Oh
is
yeah.
yeah? How cheap is land for you guys?
I don't know if cheap is the word. um I mean, like, I guess, like, in my area, like, let's say Naples, like, you're easily looking at $500,000 for a house. Like, now that's like starting price could be like a shitty spot in the city, or like a piece of land with like 1 acre in the rural areas. So, like, yeah, I think I would say like at least 500,000.
No, I think what you're referring to is like a roadside parcel in like a very prominent district. I'm referring to like just like a lonely little parcel in somewhere in Blue Land.
I mean, I mean, obviously prices have been going down now. I'm not sure. It all depends on like where you're looking because of all
Yeah,
the
yeah, in blue,
amenities and stuff like that.
in
But
yeah, 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 simple in Blue Land. Because think about it, right? We're looking at the floor for Decentraland land. Where is this land? It's not like next to Genesis City or like some main district that has so much activity, right? The floor land is like some blue land, like disconnected. It's not even near road, right? It's just some land. It's like 16 by 16, right? That's what you get. You can do whatever you want with it, right? But that's basically as cheap as the land goes. So it's like, what do you, like what do you think it is? Because it's not like millions of dollars, dude. Because that would be like Genesis Plaza land, right? That's I don't know. But you know how cheap it is here, bro? It's $500 for 1 acre. I thought it was crazy.
No.
I thought it was
What?
crazy. I thought it was crazy, bro. I thought I was
oh my
mental.
god.
I know. I'm like, bro, that's crazy, bro. Are you guys serious, bro? Are you guys serious? 500 Canadian dollars, bro? Bro, not even American? Are you guys crazy? But no, it was real. You guys can ask Grok and stuff, dude. I thought it was crazy. But there's probably a catch. There's probably a catch. But I'm just saying that was crazy.
I think the catch could be like, for example, in Florida, it's like swampland. Like if you're buying like swampland, wetland,
No, no, it's good land.
you
The land's
it's like
fine.
hard to build on, or like it's just like so far from society that you can't even get internet on it. It's more like of a land that you'd like buy, and then like you build a cabin on it and can like visit it when you go on your hunting trips.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I would say it's probably more the latter. Like I was looking at the because I was like, yo, you know, I was curious, bro. I was curious. I'm like, I wonder what like the floor price of like IRL land is, and bro, it was $500. The land was fine. It was like trees and stuff, so there was a bunch of work you would have had to do, and it was in the middle of nowhere, like you're saying. Um, but still, $500. You know, bro, we're paying
I
20
think
grand
it would.
for metaverse parcel, bro. I'm telling you, Decentraland land, one parcel, we're paying 17 grand. You telling me $500?
Is that like up in the Yukon or Manitoba or something?
No, it was in Ontario. I was like,
Wow.
what, bro? I'm telling you, even in British Columbia, you will find acres for $1,000. crazy.
That's insane.
I
I
know.
love it. There's land that's cheap around me, but like you are getting like lava rock and sagebrush. There's not a lot of other stuff. So
Yep. I didn't understand the context when I answered either. I was already speaking about developed land, like if you wanted to buy a house. But yeah,
No, I know that, bro. I know that. That's what I was saying. Is like because it like even in Genesis City or like in Decentraland, right? The closer you are to like actual like life, it gets very expensive, you know. But if you're far away, you know, it's relatively cheap to build, right? So if you're a builder, it makes sense to actually, you know, you don't really need to be like in the expensive land if you really don't want. You could even, you know, go anywhere. But bro, I thought it was crazy, bro. I thought it was crazy. $500, bro.
I think like learning about Decentraland land and seeing what has happened, it definitely makes me wish that I could acquire IRL land. Like land is land. Like there's there is only a certain amount on this planet, and I feel like I don't know, like it would be so cool to have land out in the middle of nowhere that you can do whatever you want with it. Like that would be so cool.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Good morning.
Good morning, Bitcoin. How are you?
I'm good. I've been driving around California for a couple months looking at land, and I just want to give everyone a heads up. When you're looking at empty land, check, like if you're in the U.S., check the USGS, which is the Geological Survey reports, because what we're finding is tons of California, beautiful and pristine until you look at the soil and the water, and it's mercury laden with other toxic chemicals and heavy metals from all the mining. So if you're anywhere near mines, check your land before you buy it.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's alpha. That's
There's a
actually
lot of
alpha.
places that have like mine remediation, at least up here in the Northwest, because so many big mines were here and like it's messed up the rivers. But then on that note, also like look up your mineral rights because you could own your land and sell your mineral rights, which
Yes, actually, I looked at a property, beautiful, hot springs on and everything. What you don't own is the steam rights. Those are owned by the local power company. And you own everything like, 100 feet down, but you don't own 1,000 feet down. And they sold them, they didn't lease them. So when you buy it, it's just a separate transaction. So check that. But, if you found gold 15 feet below, it would be yours. But the steam rights are theirs. But any bubbling water that's coming to the surface was yours. Because we were like, oh man, that'd be cool. Grab that, make a little hot spring. But yeah, check it all out because there's a lot of things you need to check. And especially the geological survey reports, what you can and can't do on the land. Do you have easements? I think the easement thing is going to be gone in 10 years because we'll have flying cars. So I think that's going to open up land all over that most people haven't even looked at for building. Because if you can just fly to your land in 4 hours, 2 hours, and you don't need an easement to get there, then you can essentially build anywhere.
yeah, or just like looking at what the future trend of the needs of the world is going to be because like in Washington state there's the entire middle part of the state is like gross literally just lava with nothing on top because the floods washed it all away. So nobody ever wanted to live there. Farmers can't farm and the land was super cheap, but what we have also that is cheap power from the hydroelectric dams on the Columbia. So all of this, like not all, but like the server farms of Amazon and Google and everything, like they just build them out in the middle of nowhere because it's easy to keep them temperature regulated, like especially in the winter. And so there's these, it's the creepiest thing in like Eastern Washington. You'll just be driving along and there's brand new communities that have popped up in the last 5 years, like towns. Just imagine a town wasn't there 5 years ago, and now there are towns with beautiful houses and like a little bit of stores, not much, and then giant server farms. And it's the creepiest thing. And I like talked to the gas station guy and he was like, yeah, nothing was here 5 years ago, but now everybody's coming in and like leasing the land because it's all like tech people that are working in these server farms. So like even just understanding, like if I were buying land, I would be buying land in the areas that have the cheapest power, because we already know that like power consumption over the next 20 years is going to be like, it's going to be power wars to like fuel all of the need for AI and everything like that, and information storage. So not financial advice, but find the cheapest power and buy land there.
That's alpha also. Like, what do you guys think? $500 is actually like insane, right? $500 for acre, 1 acre, 500 Canadian dollars is insane.
But what are your property taxes? Like, there's got to be a
there's no structure on the, because obviously you're not just getting 1 acre either, right? Like you're like, and you should be happy that you're not just getting 1 acre at these prices, right? Like that's a blessing, not a curse.
I mean, I guess
But there's no
another thing
structure.
we'd look at would be like what Bitcoin mentioned, like make sure there isn't freaking
100%.
crystallized mercury on the
Yeah,
land.
I'm not saying I'm getting it either. I'm not saying I'm getting it either. Like, I mean, I should. But like the thing is, like, it turns out that this is not like a one-off thing. Because I've been tracking it, you know. Because I was bored, bro. I've been bored for a minute, and so this is kind of like where the floor for property has been ranging in Canada, dude. Like, I wish more Canadians, like, I could talk to about this stuff, right? Because like then I could learn. But yeah, I thought it was crazy. $500 for 1 acre. That's insane. That's insane, bro. Considering that, you know, that we were paying, like how much we were paying, in just like everything in JPEGs, right? But so coming back to what we were saying earlier, right? It's considering that like this is what like land floor is, right? Like, so you could obviously like pay like more and get like better land, right? But wouldn't it be crazy to actually like have like land for Decentraland in real life?
I'm sorry, but my Decentraland isn't heavy on mercury or Everest.
Well, yeah, Decentraland is easy that way. You don't have to. So I was going to say one other thing. Once you realize there's no mercury, then you bring out the companies that install the wells, and they'll do some tests to see if you can get water. Things like that are like, just doing your own due diligence, and you don't have to do that in Decentraland. The worst thing you can get in Decentraland, I guess, is a crappy neighbor or a SDK6 bill that'll never go away. But that's the worst that can happen, and your investment's good. With land, your investment's good if you do all that research. Historically, land is like gold. It just doesn't, like Canessa said, it's a certain amount of it. It's the best NFT we got in reality. And they actually do make more land. Right now in Hawaii, you can buy some lava for pretty cheap with a little prefab on it. I think like they're like 60, 70,000.
That's actually really funny.
Dubai, didn't they make the island? So I mean, you can.
Yeah.
But it's.
They're doing it. It's kind of like mining a Bitcoin. It takes a while, but yeah, they can make new land. Yeah. But yeah, Decentraland, I keep buying land because I think it's useful. I got a lot of friends that have always wanted to be in there, and they're able to onboard now through Instagram and everything. So they're getting excited. So I'm just trying to make sure that by the time they actually get in, they're not outpriced, and I can hook them up. And then I've also noticed on mobile, and this is some alpha, if you're not on mobile and you're not building for mobile right now, estates look better and they're less claustrophobic. So having like, a little estate, a 1x2, a 2x2 is like perfect. 3x3s, they just look really good on the mobile app. So.
But I had a question about the mobile app. Like, I love it. And honestly, it gets the job done for me personally. But I just as a curious person, do you guys know if we're gonna be able to like roam free world in mobile, or like when?
Wait, say that again.
Like, you know how in the mobile, you kind of like have to like type a coordinate, and then you're kind of like there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like,
there's no map as far as I can tell.
Yeah, I don't think there. I could be wrong. I don't think there's plans for that, just to keep the user experience better, because then it doesn't have to render the entire 90,000 parcels. It only renders your scene. But maybe it's something where, like, we're gonna get this done first, and then later, add more and make it, uh, put the whole world on there. But my understanding is just your experience for now.
So I
Yeah,
was
that's
thinking
fine.
of a button where you can actually go to the next parcel. You can pick north, south, east, or west and just jump. So you can still explore that way, but it's still only showing you one scene at a time, so it doesn't break the machine. But it actually is hard to navigate from one scene to the next door. Like even coming in mobile today to get the badge, it's it's hard for me to get to the badge spot. I know the
Yes,
coordinates. I know the coordinate now, so I
I
can just
forgot
type that
about
in and
that.
do it.
Yeah. Oh
You should
shoot.
almost put up a sign on the thing in your real world that says the coordinates for the badge.
Yeah, I need to just fix it. I just need to.
Or just have a button you can press
Yeah.
and go there. That would actually
Okay.
work too. Uh,
Yeah. Sorry about that. I know. I know that that's somebody. Yeah.
but if
Oh.
I had a button where I could just go, go west one to the next parcel, then I would just bounce over there. I would just, I would hit the edge of the wall, see the grass, and be like, move forward. And it would spawn me to the next spot, even though I don't necessarily know what it is. So I'm still exploring the neighborhood, you know?
Yeah, and it is cool. Like, that is the whole. I mean, allure of having like a big open world is that you can just, run and just go through, and you don't know what you're gonna find. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just like, for now. For now, they just have to get like mobile functional and like consistently, like reliable, and then maybe in time it'll open up to be different. But that is a really good point that you make, that like I don't build for mobile, I'm building for like in world, and that might not be the right way to do it. Like, the more that people are on mobile, the more we have to be like, cross-checking both places that the
It's
experience is
it's
going
a
to work.
trip. A lot of my things that I did in world, they don't translate to mobile at all. Like just the perspective, the viewpoint, everything, the size of the screen, uh, so many things. I'm looking at it completely different. And since I've always looked at Decentraland and been waiting for years for the mobile, and it's here, I'm pretty much doing everything where I'm building now for the mobile experience. And I hope it's still good on the computer, but I think I'll have more viewers in the next 2 or 3 years if I can get the mobile looking great.
Yeah, that's a really good point. That would be, if you had to choose one or the other, mobile probably is the one that we
Mobile.
should choose.
Yeah.
But then I have to learn something. I have to learn it all over again.
But I think with the mobile, the big events will make people want to jump in on their computer. I think that'll actually have way more people coming into the real world events inside the desktop client because it'll just have more awareness and more expansion. So yeah, I think the two should play well together. And you can even I think people will realize at a certain point it'll get bigger and they'll realize, hey, for the full experience, sometimes you just go in to the desktop.
Yeah, that would be even cool. I wonder if you could make it so that, oh gosh, okay, my brain now. What if you made it so that you can get the teaser or the trailer for your whatever the experience on the mobile, but then to get the full experience you have to hop in world.
You kind of do already, don't you? Because I don't know, like maybe I just don't know how to function on the mobile app properly. But like when I hop in like mobile app, it's still green, but in worlds it's snow. And the snow looks really good too. And like, so if you really want to experience the beautiful, beautiful side of Decentraland, then you kind of do have to hop in like on the actual desktop client. But you could still access the beautiful grass on the mobile client. So, like, in my opinion, is like that's what I was saying, right? Like the mobile client, it does the job for me. Like, it's super sick. I can like run around, look at the grass, make videos and stuff like that. It's super sick. I was just curious, but it's
I
fine.
think
That's
I've been
interesting. Yeah.
I've been thinking one way to get more people maybe in world. I don't know if this is even possible, but something like a Pokemon Go, but it just has to do with the roads in Decentraland, and you're running around the roads, and somehow that's creates a game where you just keep coming back. It's not just Genesis Plaza, so that people actually explore the whole place, and that can only be done in the computer. So even when people are coming on board and they're on their phone, they're seeing people winning cool stuff, or mining free, the reward mana, then they would want to actually jump in.
That would be so cool to use like the Clone X Animus assets with that. Like they are such a perfect little creature. Like every time I look at them, I'm like, oh, like somebody needs to make some kind of Pokemon experience here with those. But like you could, I mean, right? Like almost like the Easter egg hunt that one existed last year, where you almost have a map of different parcels of land, and like Bitcoin, you could have your, whether it's Animus or some other. I mean, it would be easy to create stuff with AI, but you have your little experience, and somehow you have to go and look for it on your land and then find it. I don't know how the mechanics would work. Almost like I don't know if you guys saw like when Foundation announced that they have different lighting strategies where they have a helmet now, and the helmet actually creates light that shines on stuff. So you could make a scene that's all like dark mines, and that light is shining around, and then you look and you find it. Like maybe almost something like that, or a magnifying glass that you hold in front of you. I don't know, but that would be super cool.
Yeah, I don't know how it would be implemented. If it was a worldwide like event, then I guess the foundation or somebody would have to deal with that. But those types of things I think would get people coming in a lot. People like free stuff. It's just the way it is. Ever since MP3s came out, that's the culture.
For sure. And I mean, maybe it's like that's why the OP badges right now are so valuable. I think it's like it is your little free, your little token that says you did the thing, you got the thing. And I mean, in the future, uh, like maybe it'll be different. Maybe people will really have value. Like the OP badges that I mint are on the base chain usually. And so since most people have minted ape chain, not base chain, I have like number under 3,000. Like if you guys got some of the first CBD OP badges, those are under 2,000, like number 2,000. And I think now it's up to maybe 3,000. So like, let's say that, I mean, I don't know what's going to be bigger, base chain or ape chain, but let's say that it's base chain and then more people do OP on it. And someday you're in the hundreds of millions, but y'all are going to have like number 1978 on the base chain of an OP. Like, so I don't know, maybe it's those things like that that give experience value that like in the future will come back and be like, I had no idea I was getting this thing that ended up being, so valuable. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I read too much into it, and I'm like hoping for a Hail Mary on some of these.
Well, it's good to hear everybody. I'm still listening. I definitely think land in real life, land in Decentraland, is absolutely a good investment. I hope I'm not wrong. And
I think you're right.
I just realized quickly in mobile that having estates is crucial if you want to be on the map. Because I felt a little claustrophobic on the 1x1s. So that's been my experience personally. But I'm old and my eyes are bad, so having the big space to run around just lets me find a good position, get my good angle on the screen, whatever. So that's been my experience so far. Yeah.
That's actually really helpful, Bitcoin, just to hear you say that my wheels are turning as you're speaking. So,
For me, it actually worked out really well. Because like I didn't even know why my estate was looking like nicer, dude. Because it's kind of like weirdly shaped. right? But it essentially took out the other builds, and it just has like my land there, right? So I thought it was cool. It worked out in my favor. But no, no, I like it, dude. Like it serves for me, you know. Like it would be nice. It would be cool to have like roads and stuff that you could run around with, right? But for me, it's not crucial, you know. Like anytime soon or whatever, like it's fine. If the gamer actually wants to, game, then they'll hop on PC anyways. You know, like most people that are like hopping on the mobile client, they're essentially like trying. They know where they want to go. They know where they want to go, and so even if they didn't know where they wanted to go, they could just open up the thing and the menu, and they could see where else they could go. You know.
Hi, Kitten Sour Your Mittens. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, Meg. How are you?
Y'all been talking about land and buying stuff. We have been driving around after the kids' festivities looking for houses on the coldest day of the year. Not having the cheap land experience in North New Jersey right now. Let me tell you, quite the opposite experience. And the fact that we literally in our town while we were looking, and it's freezing, right? There are like 20 families per these homes. So I'm like, location makes me want to go reinvest in Genesis Plaza for sure because we are living that life. OMG, fam. I think the mobile's great. I think we're definitely seeing people coming in to the Meta Beast Roman party on mobile. I've introduced more and more people who just want to jump on and see what's going on. And I think Bitcoin's right. I love the idea of doing like a Pokemon Go running around, but yeah, I mean, I think there's so many good things about it. At the end of the day, we need users, and we need users to come in how they feel comfortable and how they want to interact with us. And it shouldn't really matter. It literally shouldn't matter as long as people are coming to see what Decentraland's all about. And if anybody wants to loan me an extra mil and a half for a house, please let me know.
Same, same. Let me know, please.
Well, make wishing you all the best luck. That is I'm sorry, that I'm sure is a rough go, and I would not want to be looking for a house in Seattle or California or some of those, the urban places. I think I am like uh limited to places with like mercury poisoning or something like Bitcoin said.
But you guys see how crazy the price difference is, right? Like, make think about it. In nowhere land, essentially with 1.5 million, you could buy so many acres, dude. 500 bucks
By the way,
per
to
acre.
clarify, I said I needed an extra 1.5 million. So just so everybody's on the same page, we're
That's
not.
crazy. That's
Yeah.
actually mental. That's
Listen,
mental.
how about it is so friggin' cold here? Anybody on the Northeast knows right now, and there were literally 20 families for to look at three small houses. Really just mind-boggling reality right here. But we're in good spirits. We're gonna eat tasty food. Again, I think mobile is our best case scenario right now to welcoming a lot of people because a lot of people just downloading the client is a huge ask. People are used to downloading apps and trying things out and making their decisions. Getting people to download things on their computer really is a lot tougher. So I think we should put our hearts on our sleeves about mobile and realize it really is such a benefit. Um, and they're in the main world, right? They're not on some other place just having their own experience. They're with us. And I bet last night we had at least five to 10 people on mobile, and it was a beautiful evening filled with tons of our friends. But it was so nice to even see new people who are coming in to try it for the first time, and I think that's going to be a continued trend that we're really going to have to embrace. And ultimately, does it matter what anybody's on? Like besides running around, like if we want to hang with people, let's do it.
Find Mew Mew. Say find Mew Mew to that statement. This awkward silence was brought to you by Dr. Drip. Make sure to pick up your Dr. Drip wearables, and if you own a Honda Accord um, of recent years, you may be eligible to buy his headlights and look really good while you're driving down the road.
Yeah, do you guys know if we can like interact with things on the mobile client yet? 'Cause I haven't, bro. I hopped around. I went to a couple parcels. I ran around. I saw a couple people actually. I thought that was fun. Um, but I never interacted with like things.
You can interact with some things. Not everything's interacting yet, but you can grab a PO app. You can even buy a name, buy wearables. So you can click on an item and it will take you to the store and you can buy it. So there's definitely some really cool things you can do already. And I know that more is coming every week. We're testing the new things that they're throwing at us. So
Yeah, that's
I'm
bullish,
seeing
bro.
so much progress. For all the Web3 projects I've, loosely been involved in, Decentraland is one of the top three that just keeps on pushing forward. And I haven't been rugged yet.
Bro, Decentraland are actually so based, right? Like
Yeah.
Bitcoin, Decentraland are actually low key based. It's actually too sick. Like
Yeah, it's awesome. And the floor comes with the floor. If you buy a floor, parcel, you actually get a floor. You can see it. You can build on it. I love it. So, yeah.
Are you one of the? Are you in the mobile testing?
Yeah, I'm so lucky. Thank you, whoever said yes to my application. Yeah, I
wait,
feel
wait, wait,
blessed.
wait. What do you mean mobile testing?
They put out a thing for us to sign up to be testers for the mobile app. So every week we jump in and see if everything's moving forward. It's super
Oh,
cool.
that's so sick, dude. That's so sick. This so you get like updates and stuff.
Say that again.
So you basically it's like updates and stuff of like what they're working on.
Yeah, they give us little tasks and we complete them, and then we give feedback, and then they try to fix things, make sure everybody's different phones are working, and we're all having the same experience. So
That's so sick, dude. That's so sick.
it's super sick. And so I've been in mobile a lot more than I've been on the laptop, and I've been walking around the city and just enjoying the central land, seeing if it crashes, what's making it crash, just all these, it's just really cool to see the progress. And it's making me extra bullish because I'm able to walk around. I'm showing my friends on the phone. They're like, "That's what you've been talking about?" I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Oh hell no, bro, get me in." So it's
No, I know it feels really good, dude. Cause like bro, it was kind of hard to like just even bring up metaverse in a conversation, bro. Let alone Decentraland, right? Um, but bro, it's kind of easy now. Because straight up Decentraland actually like kept building, bro, while everybody else is literally trying to either pivot and trying to adopt like Decentraland's approach, or they're just like they've just gone into their own delusion. In my opinion, no, NFA.
That's so bullish. Just hearing you phrase it like that.
Nah, but it's actually bullish, bro. Decentraland's actually bullish, bro. It's actually bullish. Like if you go around and you compare it to what all this like dog crap that these guys are trying to get you to buy, bro. Decentraland is literally like gold in trash, literally, and there's so much gold. It's like a whole gold mine, and it's like it has like a tarp over it that is like just it's you using a UV texture of trash, but underneath the tarp is just gold. It's hiding, but I don't know.
Maybe the normals are reversed. We just
The
need to
normals
the
are
normals,
reversed.
and everyone will find it.
Yeah. Normals are reversed on purpose. It's a feature, not a bug.
Well, I certainly think so. Like the stuff I've been doing in the last 3 weeks has just it's just made me more and more bullish of like what one person that doesn't code can do with like without learning how to code. I can just do so much, and so yeah, so excited for what's to come, you guys. We gotta just keep building and like build together. Like I don't know, lean on each other. I'm hoping that's what we can do. Like that's what we're working towards, and making just cooler and cooler stuff that people want to come and see.
You know what actually got me super excited as well? Yeah, I was looking around the map, and I was looking at all the lands that were listed too, right? Obviously, there's not that many land listed. I thought that was kind of crazy, by the way, that there's not that many listings for land, considering that there's like almost 100,000 parcels, right? There's like 300 listings. That's crazy. But then I started like going across the map, and I'm just like I wonder like because a lot of the biggest states usually they get dissolved, right, into like little parcels, because people want to distribute whatever, right? um and I'm like, yeah, dude, I wonder like what type of large estates are still intact. Bro, I came across some estates that were like still like 500, 600 parcels large, bro. Just like one parcel, like one estate, and like they don't even get listed. And I was just like, bro, I wonder who owns these.
That might, I don't know if it's my neighbor to the south, but the one of the biggest estates is where my land used to, like where the CBD used to be, and that's owned by Medicoven, and that's the guy that
Yeah.
bought the
Oh my
Beeple.
god.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So in all of Decentraland, that's how rare it is that the one estate that I was talking about, you already knew.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. So that's probably an anomaly at that point, because there's no way you should be able to tell which estate I'm talking about that fast.
Well, I've put a lot of thought into that estate because it's been my neighbor since I bought that land in 2019, and it was originally owned by Barry Silbert's Digital Currency Group. And so like yeah, so like I've just watched who has owned it, how it's changed hands over the years. But it sold, I want to say in like 2020. By 2021, Medicoven had already owned it, and he has a conglomerate. Like if anybody doesn't know who Medicoven is, you should look up that name. But he owns MetaPurse, which is like a big, I don't know, conglomerate of different asset acquisition. But when the Beeple NFT sold in 2021 for 69 million, his plan was to put it in Decentraland so everybody could see it. So if he does that, there's not an art collector or hater in the world that wouldn't want to come and see it. Like, you don't have to love it, you could hate it, but you're still gonna log in to see the trash that this guy spent 69 million on. And those NFTs, like each one of those pieces of the art of the Beeple NFT, the first 10,000 days, it is a tiny picture. So it literally can't be enjoyed in any other way except in its digital form. So this is one place that I know I've hammered it in over the years, but like the only way to truly experience the most expensive NFT ever sold is inside the digital world, probably Decentraland. He's in other metaverses too, so maybe his chance have changed, but he also is part of why we had such a Decentraland land rush back in 2021, because there was a conference where he spoke at right before the land prices just went astronomical. And like, he's on film, if you just look him up, find different interviews, saying like the number one most important thing in the world is Decentraland. It's like, okay, sign me up. Thank you. And like my own personal experience, like I sold land next to his that I shouldn't have sold for crazy prices. And so I think that like knowing who you are buying next to is also really important, because people might want that land. Like if it, hopefully he comes back and builds. I've told Foundation, 3 different people at Foundation to go hunt him down with the resources. No, let's rephrase that. Go find him with like the main Decentraland account, because I've tried to contact him, but his DMs are closed. Obviously, like, he's a multi-crypto billionaire. He doesn't want to talk to his neighbor. Fine. But like, somebody should find him, or even like, people know Beeple. Like, can Beeple find him? And like, wouldn't Beeple want that art displayed somewhere? Like, this could be, I know I'm crazy, but like, this could be the number one thing for Decentraland, is finding Metacoven and getting that Beeple NFT displayed here like he wanted it.
I mean, it's possible. It's possible. Like, I'm crazy, right, Canessa? So you should understand. Yeah. Bro. Before I make, but yeah, before I say like actual really really crazy things, I should always make disclaimers like this, right? So just in case. So yeah, you already know I'm like delusional AF, right? So take everything I say with a grain of salt. But so people's still pretty active, right? Like he was just at that event with the Nakamigos at the Node event, right? So I mean, if we really wanted to get in touch with people, we should try to get some Nakamigos in here, in Decentraland. Because I'm telling you, like nobody knows about Decentraland. Nobody tells them about Decentraland. And honestly, straight up, neither should be right now. Because honestly, the land prices are too cheap, and I don't have enough. So yeah, I need more. And honestly, if these guys, like hear me talk about it on their own, then great, bro. But like, I'm not gonna shove it down your throat right now, because right now I have to shove it down my own throat, you know. But yeah, so like Nakamigos, these guys are super active with people. People's kind of like interact with them a lot too, so I think that would be a super, it'd be a path of like least resistance, to have like maybe like a Nakamigo event in the Centron, perhaps, get these guys, be like, yo, what's going on, why are there Nakamigos being celebrated inside of Decentraland, right? And then they find out that Beeple has lore here, and they will love Decentraland even more, and then perhaps they can go be like, yo, Beeple, what's up, dude? Like, why is Metacoven not, talking to his neighbors? Like, tell him, scold him or something, But could be, I don't
I
know.
love that. I love that. Because I know I needed a cup of sugar, and I was like, knock, knock, knock on this giant estate. Nobody answered. And I was like, I guess I'll have muffins instead of cupcakes, whatever. But yeah. I'll have to post. Let me look up his ex. I mean, otherwise I'm also like, maybe something bad happened to him, and that's why he hasn't, tapped in. Actually, he did post something. Oh, he posted something in December. Okay, so that's good. Let me post it here at the top. This is Metacoven. And have you guys watched the Secret Bitcoin Billionaire? Have you watched that about him?
No.
Sin. I've been only talking about it for 5 years. Have you watched it?
No. What, bro? I'm gonna go watch it. I never heard about it until right now.
Dude,
If
he
I heard
talks
about it for
about
5 years straight, I would have watched it.
Okay, he talks about Decentraland, guys. Here, I'm gonna post
What?
it. I don't want to get like shadow banned. Hold on one second. I'm gonna post it in the CBD Discord. Yeah, like he literally is an OG talking about Decentraland. But like, the best part is you don't even see it coming. You're just watching it, having a good time, and then all of a sudden he's like, this is where all of my money is. You guys, everybody needs to watch this. I'm so gotta watch it. All right, here we go. Secret Bitcoin Billionaire. There's like multiple.
Oh no, we lost Canessa. There you are. Welcome back.
Okay, I think it was because the video started to play. Okay, go to the main chat in CBD Discord. This guy, he has L1 wearables. Do you guys know the Barbarian wearables? I've tracked his wallet, just so you know. Like, I'm like psycho ex girlfriend material. I definitely wasn't like a stalker in middle school to the crush that wouldn't call me back, but I have tracked this guy's wearables. He has the L1 Barbarian wearables. So since that's a mythic and only 10 exist, I know his wallet is one of those 10. So I, I've like I've tried to find him many ways.
Bro,
Let's look
that's
him.
awesome. Indians love Decentraland, eh? That's funny.
Yeah, yeah. So watch that, you guys.
We
So
do. We do. Decentraland is the best, dude. What do you mean?
So, just slightly off topic. I just checked our precious metal prices, and gold. The gold asking spot price right now is $4,999.30. About to break 5,000.
I really wish I spent more money on gold than NFTs. But I love you all, for real though. Especially Mew. Get the man some snacks, damn it.
I'm gonna be dripped up in silver one day.
Bro, you're dripping up in land right now, metaverse land. I'm telling you, Sinful. Like, bro, I'm telling you, you're gonna be like tycoon level, bro. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's like whatever you do, brother, do not let anybody like shake you from the path of land accumulation you're on. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Like the luxury we have right now is very very short term, bro. It's so short term.
Green Surfer, I really hope in like 4 years max, like there's a new CBD group, right? And everybody's hating on like the land barons and Sin's like public enemy number one. And it's like, bro, if you don't get him no snacks, you can't even get on DCL, bitches, you know, like feisty. Um, I will say, I love giving Mew snacks. Outside of that, I've noticed an incredible uptick since mobile came out about people coming to visit, and I think it's brilliant. Like I'd say it's on average 20, probably 20 users an evening, um, just added into the environment. Sorry, I'm out of the cold, into the old, but I think we have a real opportunity to explore with people, and I'm really bullish. I mean, I don't. I love I love the concept of um, accumulating land, but I still think optimizing like two by twos and things like that, finding the way we maximize our potential for growth for new people is the not villain arc, but arc personally, because I think ultimately that's what we're going to solve if we want everybody there, not a bunch of big estates, but how people can maximize what they have the most. So I'd be mindful of the way we're building right now to expand around that concept because that's how we'll welcome the most people in the future.
One thing I noticed is if you have a big estate, then you can actually put a bunch of one parcels in the estate, use triggers to make the video screens turn on and off between the estates, and I could potentially have 8 of my DJ friends all in the same zone, and you would be able to see them all because they're part of one estate on mobile, and you would just be still be able to run through, and as long as the triggers work, it should actually turn off some of the things that would otherwise crash the program.
Bitcoin, have you tried that? Because like one thing that we found that was a problem when we did the CBD art week is we had like 6 screens. There was like me, Artista, no, Yolantis didn't, but like Argent had one. And like what we found that we didn't know was going to happen is the screens were so close to each other, they like bled into each other, and it was like bad. And so it was the first time that people have had screens so close to each other. So have you tested that? Because
At one
that's kind
point,
of
I
scary.
had a world, and I mean not a world. I had a 1x2, and I had 16 screens on it. And all you had to do was jump in front of the screen, and it would turn off any other screen and turn that screen on. In mobile, I haven't tested that yet, but I plan on it. I've also noticed in mobile, only the flat screen works right now. So if you're using any of the newer screen options, they won't work on mobile yet. And also um, the texture swap does not work on mobile yet. So
That's insane. Okay, that's really cool. Maybe it was just the way we were deploying them or something.
and even at one point I had made a lever thing, so I had 8 screens stacked one by one next to each other, like really close. And I had a lever, and each time you hit the lever, it would pop up a different screen. I used the movement tween on each screen with the lever, and so I had 16 different music videos from 16 artists all over the property, and you just had to trigger them. It was really cool, and that was SDK 6, and it still worked in SDK 7, the levers, but they changed the screen, so I had to update the screens, and then I just said the hell with it and started building something new.
Wow, that sounds cool. I'm just like imagining it in my mind.
I was trying to build something for a record label. They had all these artists, and I was like, how can I make one, small scene work for the whole label? And there was actually one screen that was set up for live too, so that was by itself. And if anyone ever went live, that would go on. But other than that, if the scene was dead, something else was triggered to go on the minute you walked on the property.
That's cool. Well, I mean, that's the kind of stuff of like how we learn and grow is like each one of us kind of trying those experimental things out. So I might pick your brain someday and be like, how did you do that?
It was interesting. Earlier, I was in the old builder. I actually went into the old builder to see something. And you can still go in. If anyone needs to get into the old builder or the old Decentraland website, it's still there. It works seamlessly because you'll be the only one in there. And, all the chat functions, all those old things that we used to love actually still exist. So the way you do it is you go to your worlds in the website, and then you go to edit the world, and then you load a world from the old builder, and then jump into it. And when it jumps in, it'll prompt you, do you want to use the app or do you want to use the old website? And at that point, you can choose old website and jump in. And you can actually still you can output your clothes, you can still do your creating the VRM.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only way I can still do it, is going in that way to do that.
That's cool. I went in recently to deploy a build because it was like, well, I wanted to use the ski lodge because it was so cool. And it was built in SDK 6 using like the builder tools. And I was like, oh, I just want the lodge. I don't want to have to like rebuild it from scratch. And I wanted to like walk through it just to feel the vibe of it. So I deployed the scene, and it was really cool because I'm like, everything was still there except none of the moving NFTs displayed. And like there were a bunch of stuff that was broken. So it was obvious that this was like not the way it should have been, but still so crazy to like go back into a 5-year, well, that one was probably like a 4-year-old build.
Yeah, they actually work, and you can still deploy them. And then you can actually switch out the screens so you have the new screen that works. You can basically, I realized a lot of the old elements work, but a lot of them don't. But one of the issues I was having was with the collider, and I realized that I had an old build somehow still deployed, even though I had deployed a new build over it. So I started deleting anything from the old builder, wiping the land clean on there, because somehow it didn't always translate. It seemed like there was 2 builds up, and I was having these colliders.
Yeah, so like that is also something that like if you go back and get the OP badge, the collider is there. And that's what I was thinking before I kind of realized what was happening. I thought that's what it was. I thought it was picking up the collider from the building that I had deployed before.
It might be, yeah.
It turns out Foundation told me there's like something was all messed up with the build that I created in Blender, and that makes sense. But also like MetaWolf had the same issue. We just made a joke out of it and called it the Great Collider. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if it was like do you know for sure your colliders are showing up where your old build did?
I don't know what it is, but I've just as like a test, I just went into my worlds and my land through the website and just deleted any unpublished is the right term, unpublished all those scenes. And then because some of them were still deployed, it was weird, you know. And then and you'll also see it if you go to the old builder too. You might have some scenes that are still up. And even though they're not up, it's almost like I just wanted to unpublish them and then republish my scene. And then I didn't have the same problems. I had a lot less problems with any of that.
Well, and I wonder too, or like, are you trying to deploy on like a massive giant estate where you own, like, I think the problem too could be where you have smaller builds, like let's say you have a 10 piece, you
That's
own it
it.
all, but
I
then
think
it's like,
that's it. And there's different scenes deployed
yeah,
all over your 10 piece.
yeah,
And then you deploy a bigger scene over that.
yep,
And there's something that's not getting wiped.
yeah, I think it's confused. It's like,
Yep.
like, which one do you want me to take the information from? I feel like that is the problem, but I don't know how to prove it or show it, basically. But I think for me that might have been the problem.
Yeah, I think I at least went and said, hey, let me see if that's the issue. Because I started noticing when I went in there, I was like, oh, these scenes are still up. Like they're actually, it says published. I never unpublished them. And they're in the same zone. It'd be like a half pipe or something that you could only see if you were in a certain angle, and then it would disappear when I saw it. So I started being like, man, there's old elements that are actually still here. And that's what I did, and everything got a little cleaner. So I don't know if that's what it was, but it seemed to do something.
Yeah, that's interesting because there's also something like if you, like in the past, if you had an asset out of bounds, you could not deploy. It was like, do not, like, no, you just can't do it. But now sometimes if you, like with the build I'm working on, if the asset isn't even out of bounds, but like some part of it must be, because it'll publish it, but it'll like chop part of the mountain off. And
They
then
they
look
posted
inside.
about that. Yeah, that you
Did
can
they?
do that now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can be out of bounds. No item can be more than 15 megabytes. It seems like you can kind of max out triangles more than you could before. I
Yeah,
noticed
definitely. They better never reverse that, or I'm gonna rage quit.
and I noticed in mobile some of my items were invisible, and I just had to go in and go to the texture and adjust the opaqueness and make it what is something test, whatever that one is. But yeah, you have to fuck with the texture and make it visible too. Even though it's already visible, I don't know, somehow just bringing up the visibility helped make some objects appear on mobile that weren't.
That's interesting. I think there's a lot of like experimenting. If something doesn't show up, like that's what I've been running into lately. Or like if an animation doesn't work, because some of it might be outside of the scene, and so then you're like, all right, I got to pull the animation back into the scene. So
You know what's crazy is Mr. Dingia's old club scene animations work from SDK6. Somehow those work, and I'll have some new thing and it doesn't work. The animation just fails to actually play. So I use tweens. You know, I'll do something to make it still interesting. But yeah, I'm surprised at some of his SDK6, his lights, that little club scene with the lasers. You know, sometimes I use those just to see, and I'm like, wow, whatever he did on those it was amazing because they still work.
I think there's something to be said for keeping it like simple, and that's what I try to do, like with a lot of the stuff. Like I'm not deploying through code or anything, like it's just literal simple animations in Blender, because I don't know, like it just doesn't crash the scene. There's been huge scenes that we've had, and like remember when everybody used to add auto dance to their dance floors, and then everybody's crashing, and like literally they're like, my computer would crash, like never got it back, and like shit was just dying. And it's like we finally started figuring out, like, what if this auto dance is a really bad thing, but it was such a big deal to have everybody dancing, because I think we didn't have looping emotes. So if you didn't sit there and keep emoting, everybody was just standing there and it looked like, like dead world. So that auto dance was so important, but it was maybe the one thing that kept breaking stuff.
I didn't even like the dance moves in auto dance. I felt like we should have been able to load our own. And you know what we did? There was some dance contest where you could load a string of your own moves, and then it would play them all in order. They need to bring that back.
Yeah, that would be cool. Then we could do synchronized dances. We could really have like a girl group.
Yeah, dance contests,
Yeah.
all that. Because that's what it was. It was a dance contest, and you picked your emotes in a row, and then it would just, you'd go into that area of the floor, and then all of a sudden all your emotes would be strung together. And speaking of which, I think like we have outfits, we should have emote banks too. So if I'm at like a, CBD Saturday, then then I have like my things with applause or whatever, greetings, hello. And then if I'm at a dance party, it's just I got my bank, for that too.
Somebody just made that suggestion on, I think, one of the help channels in somewhere in the DCL Discord. I know somebody just said that, and
I'll vote for that.
Yeah, that would be cool. Because I don't know about you guys, but I have too many emotes. I need to start selling or sending them out of this account, because like some of them are cool, but I'm just not going to use them, like all the time. But I have to sift through them to find it, or I'd like to have them so I can like use it for a specific event.
So how come we don't have a Salvation Army in Decentraland where we can just donate clothes and donate emotes, and people can come in and grab them? And maybe there's a smart contract on that where those never get to be sold again. It's
we do kind of. So like Oddjob has been collecting wearables, and he has thousands for many years, for the idea of the giving tree, which was exactly that. You're a new user, you can come up to it, but he didn't, like, I've always just given my stuff away, and Oddjob he believes, and I think he's right, that like if you just give it to somebody, it's not as impactful as like if they do something to earn it. So I think you'd have to go up to the giving tree and do something, like maybe you have to like finish a little quest, and then you would be given an object at random. And he's got like mythics in there, like really good stuff.
So what if it wasn't random though? You could just go into a place and be like, yeah, I'm broke. I need some clothes, just like a homeless shelter. You're new, you ain't got nothing. You're not even into crypto. You just came from Instagram. So I think we got to realize a lot of people are going to come in. They still might not be into crypto. They just going to come in because they like Friday nights with the beasts.
But that's also where things like the marketplace credits come into play, where they log in and can earn some credits for some wearables.
Because if I could unload a bunch of my stuff that I don't wear, like I get all these earrings and things that just I'm never gonna rock them, and I'm like, let me just put that in the thrift store.
Yeah,
but like a free thrift store. Like I don't need to make 19 cents.
I think the sad part is that it would be gamed, just because like I already see it. Like I meet new people, have a great conversation, send them something, and then I see that wearable like immediately relisted on the market. Like,
is there a way to, when it goes into that wallet, is there a way to code the smart contract where it can never be sold again? It's just like it remains a free item.
I don't know. That would be cool. I mean, I think like there are free items in the marketplace. Actually, there's some really cool ones. I don't know if you guys have seen. They're free. It's like a jacket and pants, and I always send them out for free. But last night at the party across the room, there was somebody that was like glittering in a way that like nobody else, like nobody glitters like that. I was like, wait, is that those free freaking wearables? And it is. Like the cheapest wearables have like a cool new effect. If I don't even think I own them because I give them all away. But just look up, it's like I don't know, like that. The jacket has a collar. They're mints of like 100,000, so they're never gonna run out. But they're the coolest ones. If you like, I swear, if you saw somebody, you'd be like, "What's going on with them?" Like, it's the coolest wearable in the room, and they're
There's
free.
so much good stuff like that's free or like less than a penny if you, but they're not rare, and so nobody wants them. And I'm like, no, there's some cool stuff down there, just like you said. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And sometimes you get some, you can get like little treasures, or like the emotes. Sometimes there'll be special ones, or like maybe they're rare, but they made the mint quality like quantity so high that nobody thinks they're rare. Like I think it's Headbanger and Bezier dances are 100,000, but you can't mint them anymore. So now they're hard to get, but they're not like a rare quantity. So it's like, oh
I love
man.
my headbanger. Headbanger is one of the best.
Yeah, I don't think you can get that anymore. I could be wrong, but I don't think you can. I'll have to look that one up.
If anyone wants some earrings, let me know. I got some.
Well, we should have more. I wish we had more fashion shows. I think that would drive more people to, visit the marketplace, shop more, spend more money, mint more items, mint more collections. Just gotta have somebody that is willing to do it.
Bro, Canessa. Yeah, bro, my land's in the fashion district. I was so happy when I found out. That's crazy, right? We should do.
Nice.
We should definitely have more fashion shows.
Yeah. So
I don't know where you were last night, but go look at the post because Canessa rocked out all fashion last night. Just so you know, she came in with her pink red pants and her beast head on, and she was spitting fire. Dreams first. Just doing it right, folks.
that was a gratuitous post. What can I say?
Ain't no kind of party unless Canessa comes in with the hot pants. Just saying.
Oh, there's a lot of hot pants. Like everybody's pants are hot in Decentraland.
What do you think? Like, you guys probably know more about this, right? Um, but like, what actually brings these guys to create these events? Like, I know Decentraland has like music festivals. It has fashion shows. It has a bunch of things, right? But like, do they just happen randomly?
I mean, I'm just gonna throw out there. We've been doing a party every Friday night for at least. Oh, everybody's yelling at me. Not me. Not my kids. Um, dude, it's the experience we get to have. It's the vibe. I mean, dude, last night was as lit as it's been anywhere. Like, it's so fun to collaborate with artists, hang out with Mew. I mean, there's a lot going on. Dude, I think 70 people came through again last night. Like, the energy is building. Like, it's not just because the party's getting better. More people are curious than ever, and they're coming for the vibes.
Well, it was interesting to see how many people are coming back, like having, Daybed was at the party yesterday, and just seeing these Saturday spaces, like, we know who's here every week. We know when there's a face where we're like, oh, we haven't seen you for a while. Like, that's cool. And I mean, like everybody, life gets busy. So nobody should feel like, oh, I have to be online 24/7, because that's not a good idea. But like, I feel like we've seen more old faces like swing through and just do a flyby, see what's going on.
There have been more new faces too. People coming, going. People are trying things. Other platforms coming around trying things lead people back to the best place to party on the internet. Oh, by the way, if y'all didn't know, I was on the struggle bus last night too. Everything was going totally sideways. You could ask Mew. I was pretty much ready to jump off a cliff for the first 30 minutes. I just wanted to curl up in a ball and cry. But Mew is like, no, I'm not going to let you curl in a ball and cry.
That's a good friend.
Had to get stern.
Stop being a little bitch, Meg.
Uh, Alrighty. But yeah, I mean, yesterday's show was awesome. Besides all the technical difficulties at first, once we made it through that hump, it was all good. It was a great event. We had lots of friends pop in, um, and yeah, even like we had friends that like new friends as well as returning friends. It was a great time. Uh,
And by the way, most of the new friends were on mobile. Like that definitely happened. So I think we're really heading in the right direction. So man, I mean, you could just feel the energy around what's going on. And I was even thinking, I wonder if there's something to be said about event replays for all of us, like Sin, all the people who are there every week. Like maybe we do need a secondary check-in for people to go hang out.
yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound like a bad idea. At one point, I've thought about what a Decentraland would look like, where like when I'm not hosting my freshest episode of Beyond the NFT, there is somewhere that users can go to and watch past episodes. So yeah, um,
What I was doing, back in the day with the multiple screens, I think that's the perfect way to do it. And maybe there'll be new ways to do it. But yeah, you can just have multiple screens, different floors, different places, whatever. Have triggers that pop them up from, make them visible, and have your archives.
I mean, it's a great idea. I think until we expand the point that it's just lit all the time, I think leaving the door open for other people to even just see. I mean, I think archive's a great way to look at it. Just experience what the potential is and just leave that potential available for people. Bitcoin, by the way, you are on absolute fire. Like, all you're doing is dropping fire all day. I gotta say, the Pokemon Go game plan, that is crazy. And maybe it could be done somehow with other side badges. That's the first thing that comes to mind, but stops on the tour. Rustan's already leaving trails everywhere for us anyway.
Exactly. I see the Poe app as a perfect way to kind of create those interactions. And maybe even long term, the mobile app can somehow be integrated into that too. I don't know. But I think the sky's the limit with Decentraland for real, especially if you have a big parcel. The sky really is the limit. But yeah, keep them coming. Everybody, I'm so juiced right now. What, 5 years in here with you guys? Even though I don't know everybody, haven't met everybody. Definitely like family. I've been at all your parties. I've had good times and bad times with everyone. So let's go. Let's go.
We out here, MFer.
alrighty, friends. Or I'm gonna ask Kanessa. Kanessa, my friends want to come over to Pew Pew. Can we start winding down soon?
What platform are you pew-pewing on? Answer carefully.
IRL.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. I was like, all right.
Zero build Fortnite.
Losers, go back to your mom's basement.
No, zero build is the only way to play Fortnite. I'm telling you.
Oh, come on. No, get your little shockwaves, get your little porta bunker, and go cry to somebody else. Because this Unreal is gonna shoot your ass from a bush.
Yeah. Yeah, but if you do that to anyone else, like if it wasn't me that you were shooting in the head from a bush, that first shot, like hitting them, they would have had like freaking the Trump Tower Hotel built
Oh
in
God.
like 2.5 seconds.
Oh yeah, but you know what? They just boxed me in. Like, I'm just hiding. I'm just like not making any, nobody can see me, and they run up and they box me, and I try to like throw a med kit at them to be like, look, I'm friendly. Just save me for the end, because you'll get more points on your quest to Unreal. So I had a bronze kill me like 2 weeks ago, which is like horrible, you guys. Like, that's like that would be like a level 4 player killing like a level 20 player. I'm sure I made their day, and that's what I do it for the children. I do this for the children. Um, so yeah. Anyway,
We're still waiting to see jewelry.
oh
A and
yeah, I gotta get a
B.
good picture of it.
I've been waiting this whole time to find out how you feel about the new Fortnite jiggle physics, and then we're good.
Oh, is there jiggle? Have I missed some jiggle physics that I should own?
It's a pretty big deal. I think you own them natively.
I need to bring those jiggle. I think I figured out how to bring the just jiggle physics. Maybe grabbing Mardi Gras beads. I could experiment with the jiggle physics. Cause you really gotta like bounce and reach up there for the beads.
Are you saying like taking the beads and like creating a model under the actual beads to like kind of like be like a cover on your avatar's chest?
No, I'll just
we'll sorry.
explain when you're older. But that would work. That would work. That could work. That's another way to do it. No, I think that there's 3 ways to move an avatar's torso, and I think just getting creative. But there's so many things I'm getting creative with. I forgot I was gonna make that email. Thank you, Make, for the reminder.
I meant the Fortnite jiggle physics that have changed, but all things are good. I love the beats.
We have to have jiggle physics be all gender friendly. So I'll have to find a way to. Okay, cut me off, Mew.
Easy enough. I'm sure. I'm sure Rustan's cucumber could use some jiggle physics. Anyway, let's. I guess good time to wind down. Once we start talking about jiggle physics, I think it's a good time to for us to wind down. And let's see, what events do we have happening? I know that Los Cats event started about an hour ago. I believe Los Cats event's still going. So um, uh, if you want to jump to the next event, head over to 66 comma negative 141. In 1 hour, ABC Decentraland tours will be going live. And in 3 hours, we are partying at the Metatribe Plaza with Crypto Minotaur, and followed by Oztech over for Metaverse After Hours. Then tomorrow, Billy is going to host his. Actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. Tomorrow, our Helvetian friends will be going live. Oh, what is this? This is new to me. Sanin, I guess he's hosting a fight night event tonight at the Man Cave. That's awesome. It reminds me of when like Bucktown had that fighter they were sponsoring, and like we were all like watching the fighter they were sponsoring on Decentraland and supporting them that way, and so our Helvetian friends will be going live in about 20 hours. Then Billy will host his second golfing or golf with friends event, which I joined in last week. It is only a $1.49 game on Steam, and that shit was fun. So yeah, if you are down to play a little bit of mini golf, definitely pull up. After that, there's you Sponge Sundays, and then we move into Mondays with On Monday, then followed by MoFi Monday, and of course Beyond the NFT. This week for Beyond the NFT, our guest will be Lovely 17. They were recently selected as one of our Decentraland Genesis Plaza welcome guides. So I mean, I feel like it's like the perfect time to have them on the show and introduce them to the community as a whole and learn a lot more about what they do in Web3, which they have a lot of work And then on Tuesday there is the absolute the absolute basics of building in Decentraland with Canessa, the lovely Canessa at noon Eastern. Um, and then later that night, cartoon nights at Shirori's, or I can't even Shiri's, and Toxic Tuesday, of course. So make sure to pull up to those events, awesome events, and definitely everyone that is here tonight. Thank you very much for your time. Uh, let's see. Let's pass it down the line for any final thoughts. Bitcoin, do you have any final thoughts?
Oh, yo, and my final
Yeah.
thoughts is just man, like let's keep building. I'm trying to be around more. You know, if anyone has questions about mobile, let me know. I'll tell you what I know. There's people know more than me, but you know, definitely reach out. You know, so
Yes,
I'm
sir.
once again I'm always inspired by you guys. So I can't say enough about that. So, big up. I hope everyone has a great rest of their weekend. I got a DJ later tonight. I might broadcast, and I don't tell people usually, but usually on Saturdays I'll stream live, 10 p.m. West Coast time. I don't expect
Oh
anyone to show up.
snap! What? No, bro. This is great. You need to tell more people about this because West Coast time, like in the evenings, there's days where there's nothing. It's like just just empty. So please start announcing like when you're having West Coast events. I feel like a lot of our friends would really appreciate it. Like for example, Brittany, I'll see Brittany pop in like during her evening hours and be like, uh, there's nothing online right now. Like so, like
I'm usually
uh
going on Saturdays and some Fridays after, like even after the Beast Party. If it's one of the Fridays I DJ, I'll tap in at 10. But I don't promote it too much, mainly because I'm working, so I can't engage. I don't have a host, so it's just like I'm standing there. People will chat with me, and as probably people think I'm a jerk because I don't chat back. But with mobile, I think some of that can change. I can be a little bit more in world while actually being in the real world. So 'cause most of my events are live. I'm at a club broadcasting. But if
that's
people want to
good.
come hang out on my land and just kick it, it's a party. You know, it's always a party Saturday night. So.
All right, all right. No, definitely, like for sure. Like, please start advertising a little more for it, and because we need events for those hours. And
I used to do the event board, and it was just so confusing to people that my party actually was the day. Like everybody's already into tomorrow with UTC, and I'm a day behind, and so it was just confusing. It was like my party was actually happening on Sunday in Decentraland, but it was Saturday in real life. And for the West Coast kids, it was they were just like, I thought I went in and it was the wrong day because it said Sunday. And it's like, okay, just gonna wait till all these things get fixed, you know. And that's one of the things I do. Sometimes I just sit back and I know that these things will get resolved, you know, whether I push it forward or not. So because they have to, but
for sure.
yeah.
Well, thank you, Bitcoin. Let's pass it over to Toxic. Final thoughts, comments, concerns. Yes, yes, very insightful. Yes.
Toxic might be recovering on the couch.
Yeah, like on the couch, just in pain, and like hearing us like call her, and she's like reaching over without being able to look. Like, where's my phone? uh, love you, Toxic. Thank you for being here today. Hope you feel your back feels better. Green Sapphire, final thoughts.
Bro, I'd say like Decentraland is very very bullish, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Like for us, we most of us have PTSD. I'm telling you, bro, because we've had to like build through nonstop, like you know. But I'm telling you, bro, like our grass is so red, bro. Is so red, like it's not even funny, bro. Like it's so good, bro. That's how good it is. Like it, like nothing outside has even like a shot, in my opinion. In my opinion, I don't know shit, but it doesn't. It like it all. Like all roads do come back to Decentraland, and everybody will come back to Decentraland. So for me, like I would definitely max bid at these levels, max bid, bro. You know? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Christopher, for coming in and chatting it up with us. We really love hearing you. And let's pass it over to Make. Final thoughts.
Yeah, this Friday coming up, it's my birthday, and we getting Thursday, fam, because my kids had their birthday. So well, Wednesday, right? The kids have said the truth. Officially, Wednesday is my birthday, but Friday night we are gonna get turned. Everybody in the fam say, "We love you, Decentraland!" And we got a damn party, baby. So bring on your birthday hats, bring on your birthday suits. It's gonna get crazy.
hmm Thank you, Make. Go on and enjoy your day with the fam. Uh, make those memories. Spend some time with everyone. Thank you for popping in here with us today.
Love
Alrighty.
y'all so damn much. Get Mew some snacks. Remember, there's a tip jar. That tip jar is Mew exclusive. we're tracking. We're tracking it. Don't tell
uh,
nobody that you got it, but we got snacks. We love ourselves some Mew. Let's go.
and now, Canessa, final thoughts.
Yeah, thank you everybody for being here. Thank you so much, Bitcoin. I appreciate your perspective today. Really, like, I didn't know, or just yeah, lot of new things to think about with what you said about mobile and land, even, and Green Cipher and Make. Appreciate you guys coming up, sharing your voice. Toxic, I hope you feel better, and yeah, just have a great week building. If anybody still wants to get involved with anything for Winterfest, it doesn't have to be much. You can, there's a lot of ways we need help. Actually, does anybody do videography? Because I would love to hire a videographer from within the community. I know there's a lot of people that do, that I could reach out to, but if there's somebody that wants to give it a shot, hit me up. Be cool to have a little bit of this captured, and yeah, just keep building stuff and be kind to yourself. Drink water and log off. Go touch some some grass or snow and stay warm, everybody, and drive safe this week. In the U.S., it's gonna be nasty, so be safe.
Mew mew mew. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. And yes, 13. Time to smoke them if you got them. Happy 420. Take care, everyone. We'll see you back here next week for week 190 of community building Decentraland gatherings. Um, and Canessa, I think it was Whale or someone last night was pointed at like we're almost at the big 200. Would that be like some sort of milestone that we should be planning for? maybe,
Yeah, let's
maybe.
see when. So, like, we're at 189. Next week will be 190. So, I'm going to count really quick: 191, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. 200 would be April 11th. So, it's a little shy of CBD's 4 years. Is it 4 years? But yeah, April 11th.
So, I mean, perhaps we could all lump it in together. But well, stay tuned. Maybe we'll have a great idea for our 200th episode. Maybe there'll be a wearable or emote or something. Maybe. All right, everyone. Have a great night. Have a great day. Enjoy your Saturdays. Enjoy the rest of your weekends. And remember to stay safe. And that Mew Mew loves you. And we'll be back here next week. Thank you. Bye.